Hello, Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome back to Wildspace. We are going to have a great time today. It's going to be so fun. Lots of, I don't know, we're just going to get to know each other a little bit better and like get close and like, I don't know, just the keeping it light, keeping it fun, keeping it friendly. But I am your space, Mr. Ryan, and I'll be leading these people through an adventure today. Before we get started, I want to run through a few announcements real quick. Number one on the docket is currently we are running a sweet giveaway. If you want to win some sweet free old dice, how about you just go over to our Twitter page at GGameKnights. And read the pin tweet to figure out the instructions for entering. But do enter because that's some free dice and it is free for the taking. Just go, be quick about it because we're going to do an announcement in 2 weeks, next Wildspace session about the winners. So, read up about that. What else do we got? We have several shows this week. Tomorrow we have a session 0 for a brand new baby little campaign for Wonder World run with the Apocalypse World system, which will be helmed by our own Sean the Mackin Kraken. And there's probably we're going to figure out a lot of things about the setting and the characters and the world then, so it's going to be a lot of fun. This Wednesday, are we having a Linquisition? All right, we will see our own Lynn Spector going through the world of the ages of the dragons, which is called
Thedas.
Thedas. That's where she's going to be. So check that out. Those have been a lot of fun. This Saturday, as always. I didn't say the time for either of those things. For tomorrow, it's 7 p.m. Eastern. Linquisition, when does that start?
9 p.m. Eastern.
9 p.m. Eastern. All right, and this Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time, as every week, there is Survivors Complex, which is another D&D 5e campaign run by Sean the Mackin Kraken. And it's never going to stick, but I'm going to do it for the rest of the day. Be sure to follow us on all our Twitter for all these things, the Twitch here, and the YouTube. There's all links on the Twitch page. And lastly, one exciting new announcement. We have finally amped up our XP system so now you have stuff to spend it on. If you do exclamation point items, that's plural, items, it'll show you some of the different things that we have available. There's a link where you can see how much everything costs and what they do. But yeah, you can affect the games you see. This is interactive television on the computer. So get involved. That's all I gotta say. Now I got more to say. I think that's all for the announcements. So I guess we'll recap what happened the last time. Does someone want to take that? Or do you want me to do it? You were muted.
Unless someone else wants to, I can recap now that I've unmuted myself.
Cool.
So we successfully revived Pace. That actually happened last time. And now we're just kind of doing some downtime back on our ship, the Arcturus. And speaking of it being our ship, Crystallum, the Warforged psionic that we've been traveling with, has decided that he kind of likes it here on the anchorage with one of his old buddies. So he decided that, much like he acquired the ship, he would play one of us in a game of cards to hand it off. We all pretended that he didn't throw the game to pass ownership to my character, Vincent. And then we all started doing various downtime activities. We're repairing the ship now that we have the parts and the time to do it. Vincent spent time learning how to pilot the ship Matrix style from Crystallum, because psionics. Let's see. most of my notes are just for what Vincent did, but other people did things. Pace slept a lot. What did other people get up to before the main event?
Did Crystallum find anything interesting while he was training you?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Seems like someone has messed with Vincent's memories. We don't know what that's about, but it's a thing. Yeah, did other people do exciting things before the exciting thing?
Bolster tried to reverse engineer the pistol that we found a couple episodes ago and found that it was more powerful than he could even imagine. He doesn't even know how powerful it is.
So we're gonna pew pew someone and they're probably gonna explode and we'll be like, didn't mean to do that. But
We haven't
we'll
even
see.
used it. We might have to use it on the goo. We don't know.
Yep. Speaking of the goo, back when we raided the Gridwalker ship, we found a couple canisters, one of which had help our little insectoid buddy. The other was a pink gas thing that, we decided, oh, hey, we have our ranger back. She knows about weird creatures. Let's have her take a look at it. She decided that to get a better look at it, let's open the canister. And the gas came out, knocked all of us out. We then went searching through the ship and found this goo thing that slurped onto Gwen. And then it started doing like a symbiote parasitic thing, kind of. And it's like, hey, no, let's be friends. I don't want to be alone anymore. Let's be friends. And we almost talked it off and tried to go feed it to one of Pace's animals in the zoo. And it didn't want to go, so it's like, all right, I'm not going to let you eat one of my friends. So Vincent popped it with some magic missile, and now it's trying to cover Gwen and protect her, so it claims. And that's where we left things off.
All right. Anyone have anything to add to that? Okay. All right. Well, as expertly recounted, yes, this ooze creature does indeed begin to slide around Gwen's form, and this voice in her head continues to kind of speak in this rapid voice, saying that it will protect her. And then Gwen has a little bit of a mental experience, which I thought about different ways to do this. And what I'm going to do, and this might not be the best way, but I'm going to try it out. I wrote a handout that I'm going to give access to Gwen. She's going to read it, and I'm going to describe to you, the rest of you, what you see, and you can start being, while she's reading, because it's a little long, and you can prepare think about what you're going to do. So, you see Gwen leaning over a table, kind of this thing's beginning to kind of like wrap up around her. Her claws are kind of digging further into the table, like tearing large gouges in or scratching into, I think for some reason I figured it's a metal table, but she's like kind of tearing these scratches into it. What is going through all of your head bones?
So we are in the cave amoeba's enclosure, correct?
I don't recall if Gwen walked in with you or not.
Or are we like, so we're just like close to it? We haven't like opened it or anything.
I didn't make it in.
Okay.
Last time.
Did you even get out of the conference room to get there?
I thought I was very earnestly assuring everybody.
Yeah. Well, Gwen, you can answer that. I don't recall any.
We were on our way, if I remember correctly, we were like on our way to the hold.
Okay.
Where the creatures are.
I kind of feel like this scene would be good in the hallway on the way, like about halfway there. And then
so
this
while we're
kind of
walking, Vincent
Wait, no, hold on. Oh yeah, that's true. Well, Vincent, what triggered you to shoot again? Like, what happened?
That it wasn't. I think we were at the enclosure and it was open and it wasn't.
Okay, you
going
were at the
in,
enclosure.
and so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna shoot this thing.
Okay,
That's
all right,
right.
yeah, all right. Let's move it all the way. All right, we're all the way in the cargo hold then. Sorry, thank you for reminding me. All the way in the cargo hold, right outside the cage.
Yeah, because Gwen was being very nice to it and was like, "It's okay, we're gonna get you a friend. We'll come back. I won't leave you alone." And then it was like, "LOL, no." And Vincent was like, "Bye."
Yeah. So, I will say, I think, Pace, you got a high dexterity. I'm going to say that in this,
Sure do.
it's not really an initiative order yet, but like, what are you see Vincent hit this thing with magic missiles. What's your response to that?
So Vincent hit it, and then it started to like expand on her.
It's beginning to expand on her. Yes.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I can't stand for that. I'm gonna take my quarter staff and just kind of try and like I don't know even what this is. Like I'm just gonna try and like wedge it between it and Gwen.
Okay. All these are going to be prepared actions. Because I'm going to let Gwen kind of make a choice. But this is what you're readying up to do. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's the next dexterous? Maybe Vincent, since you just launched missiles, I'm going to have you go after everybody. Yep. So I'm going to say probably Bolster.
And Bolster's got 18 dex.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're nimble.
Okay. So currently, I believe, if I remember correctly, Bolster is being held by Gwen. Because he had run up and shoved his hands into the goo.
Okay, so you put your hands in the goo, and then I forget the exact exchange, but there was a point where it left you because it preferred to be with Gwen. I don't remember why, but I do remember that fact.
Okay. Well,
so you're right next to you're probably right next to her, but you're not enmeshed or anything.
That makes sense. I think at this moment, Bolster would probably be worried about his buddy, and he would probably prepare to cast Regret Resonator on Gwen.
Okay. And that's the Shield of Faith analog?
It's the Sanctuary analog.
Oh, Sanctuary analog. Sanctuary. Okay, cool.
Can I also Hunter's Mark the goo?
Yeah.
It's a bonus action. But I don't know if it's like a full turn that we're doing or just a prepared action.
Yeah, well just note it. Just note it for now. Okay. Rush.
I'm preparing to use my Radiance of the Dawn ability.
Okay. Cool. Gwen, I know the thing was over long. Have you got through it?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any DM questions or?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think I have a okay understanding of what's happening.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna start with you then. What do you want to do?
So it's on me, like on my back. Is it on my face? Is it?
It was like on your hands, and it's starting to go up your arms.
Okay. Okay. Ah, jeez. Oh, jeez. I'm going to. Am I still holding Bolster?
No.
Okay.
He is on the ground in front of you.
Good.
How could you drop me? How dare you?
I'm so sorry. I'm going
Mice always land on their feet.
In Wildspace.
Yeah.
Wow. We're like cats.
It was on my arms and stuff. I'm going to stop going towards the enclosure. And I want to sort of hold my arms in front of me like this and turn my back towards my friends.
Okay.
Like shielding it.
Okay.
And just say, Don't kill it. And I'm just gonna leave it where it is.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm also a big werewolf right now, I forgot.
Yeah, you're a big burly werewolf.
Don't kill it.
So, are you saying yes, basically? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, as Pace turns around, holding herself and shielding this thing, a little bit more of it kind of like creeps over her back and like doesn't quite connect at her back, because in her kind of, do you increase in size and mass and volume when you do this change, or are you still pretty much the same build? Or do you remain a medium creature, I guess is.
Yeah, I don't go to large. I'm still
Okay.
medium. I think maybe I just get a little beefier.
Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, it connects, and then I think this is somewhat shocking for you, Gwen. I think maybe there's I don't know if you gasp or if it's the shock of it kind of puts you to your knees, and you are very, very weak. And it's all you can do to like kind of stay conscious right now. And just in your head, it's like, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, okay. So if you have like one little more thing you want to do, you can do that, because you didn't really do any actions necessarily. So I'll give you a little more chance to add something, but then we're going to go to Vincent. Well, no, I'm sorry. Then we'll go through everyone who prepared actions and then Vincent.
I'm just going to, oh gosh, I don't even know. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't really have anything I could do except like stab things, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna stay there and just say out loud, like, it's okay. Don't hurt it. You'll hurt me too.
Okay. All right.
And hope that that's convincing.
Okay. All right. So that will bring us to Pace.
Uh-huh.
You can do what you said you were going to do, or do something different.
Can I insight check first?
Her back is to you.
But like her, like, oh, I guess she's a wolf too, so meh.
I mean, I don't know. Do you have a tail? Is her tail wagging?
I obviously have a tail.
Is she
I hadn't thought about it before, but I have now, and
like,
yes, I do.
If it sounds like Gwen, or like Gwen under duress, you get what I'm saying?
It sounds like Wolf Gwen.
That's what I figured. Okay, well, I'm gonna do what I was gonna do. I won't kill it. I'll just separate it from her, and then maybe kill it.
Okay, you can try.
So is that an attack with a quarterstaff, or is it a strength?
I'm going to say this is going to be a strength check, because you're using it as a lever.
Okay, so athletics then.
I think it's supposed to be a strength check. Let's do strength checks. I'm trying to get in the habit of doing more checks instead of. Yeah, it's not really athletics.
Okay.
It's more like a strength check.
I was just confused. You're like, checks for checks. I was like, but what?
Yeah,
Oh, good.
yeah.
11.
Okay. So you kind of push your quarterstaff in kind of as much as you can without like just bearing into her flesh, even though you figure that she's a little bit resilient. You kind of try to get in between the ooze and her, and you pull up, and just the ooze just releases, and your thing comes out, and then
Typical.
goes back.
Great.
Okay, Gwen, I'm gonna put some stuff in this handout for you.
Okay.
In a second. All right, who was next? I forget. Bolster?
Yeah, bolster. Yeah, he's going to cast Regret Resonator on Gwen. And be like, hang on, we got to see what's going on here. We can't just go hitting everything. Like Gwen says, stand down. Let's just hang in there. And so I cast Regret Resonator.
Okay.
So basically, anyone that attempts to attack Gwen must make a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
For the next minute.
Okay, cool. Done. Anything else?
I'd probably call Samathes to me to pick me up off the ground.
Cool. Samathes kind of scoops you up in little, kind of, I imagine like pinchy hands, just like.
Yes, that's fantastic. I love it.
And like pops you in, and then I think was it interest on a. I don't know. All right, I'm imagining like a Jetson sort of engine. All right, cool. You're in there. Rush.
I step closer to Gwen and the creature, and I engulf in flame as I use my Radiance of the Dawn ability, which, according to the ability, only hurts hostile creatures. So if the creature's not hostile to me or my companions, I would assume it wouldn't hurt it.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, go ahead, cast it. All right, I got those things in there, Gwen. Okay. All right. You kind of weave this spell before you. I'm imagining kind of sparks kind of coming off your skin and in a dazzling kind of display as you create this. They're calling on this internal light, and it lights up the entire other, like, which was a dimly lit tunnel. It just lights it up immediately, and you see in very sharp contrast with Gwendolyn leaning over with this thing on her and like this sharp shadow right behind her. It lights up the whole tunnel and then recedes, and otherwise nothing seems to have happened.
Okay. And I hope none of the animals nearby were hostile towards us, because
the cave amoeba is just like
it's just like gone. I'd cry.
And I spent 30 minutes on that character sheet.
Right. So if I don't see any effect, then I would say this creature means us no harm. Let's trust Gwen and what she says.
Okay, Gwen, can you roll me a... Actually, what's your Constitution modifier?
+3.
Okay. Okay, so this process was going to kind of lay you out for 4 days, but I think with your Constitution modifier, that's only going to be like a day and a half. But you are now, and for a day and a half, spoiler warning, you can't do anything. You're bedridden, essentially. Yeah.
2 down. Does she just like fall, or is she just?
No, she's kind of like on her knees. Like, I actually, let's do a con save and let's see if you stay conscious, because I feel like this is a kind of harrowing ordeal for you.
Okay.
I'm gonna set the check at 13.
17.
Okay, so you stay conscious. You're just heaping on the ground. Like your vision starts becoming like a little black around the edges, but you kind of manage to stay conscious. Probably until your wolf form ends, and then maybe you actually just tank out. Depending, so you still have time to crawl to a bed or ask for help if you want. Yeah.
So yeah, I think Bolster with Samathes, if she like falls to the ground, what is the slime still on her, or did it just kind of like go into her?
It's still on her.
Okay.
It's still on her.
So.
But you notice that it seems slightly less liquid and viscous, and it's starting to firm up a little bit more fibrous. And you actually do see kind of, because it's gone down her arms and a little over her chest and like sort of on her back, and you see kind of these tendrils or fibers of light beginning to kind of slowly emanate from like kind of her sternum, and very, very slowly begin to spread out.
Wow.
So, Rosh, I hear what you're saying, but
I am temporarily ignoring Pace, and I'm going straight for Gwen.
Makes sense.
Check her vitals.
Okay, I turn to Bolster. Bolster, where did this thing come from?
Well, it came from that pod you opened up. We found it in a grid.
I don't know if you were
ship.
there, but
no, so I think he'd say something along the lines of, we found this in a gridwalker ship. It's either a prisoner from one of their planets, just like us, or it's an experiment from Ocelot. We don't know which. But who knows what it does. But I kind of feel like it's sort of like one of us. That's all I'm saying.
Didn't we also recover those manifestos about what was on that ship that you had to decrypt?
Yeah,
Maybe.
they're going to take a long time to figure out. I mean, this is some. I mean,
Might
this
want to
is
get started on those.
I'll get started right away, but it's going to take a long time.
So, the fact that it was on a gridwalker ship and they were keeping it unconscious doesn't concern us. And now we're just going to let it just hang out on Gwen.
Well, that
Hey.
gelatinous ooze is kind of out of the canister now, but
like the old saying goes.
Listen, I mean, he was contained just like Help was, and Help has been.
Was Help also unconscious?
no.
No.
Well, then.
Listen, we don't know what that gas was. It could have been anything that knocked us out. There's a lot of different gases on this ship. I'm just saying. I mean, there's some
Everyone
stuff in
looks
the
at Vincent. JK.
I mean, there's a lot of kind of gases in the engines on this ship too that would knock us all out. So we don't even know what that was.
All Gwen said was don't kill it. She didn't say, let me hug it and let it glow on me.
I mean,
So-
Gwen seems pretty okay with this right now.
She's unconscious. Did I look okay after I was hit by that giant sword in my neck? I don't think I looked okay.
Listen, I don't know a lot about. I mean, honestly, a lot of y'all are the first of your kind that I have ever met. I don't like everything is new for me here. So maybe this is just how this creature communicates. You know, Help talks in your brain with smells. I don't know. It's weird. It's not the way you and me talk, but I mean, maybe it's just different.
I'm gonna go take a look, like 20 feet away, and just pretend this isn't happening.
Okay. So Rosh, you went to help Gwen, and looking over her, give me a medicine check.
Oh, Raji. Make sure I don't have advantage. Nope. Okay. 14.
Okay. Let's see. I should have looked at a WebMD to find out like some actual symptoms for this sort of thing, but I did not. So I'm just gonna tell you, she is displaying signs of kind of rapid malnutrition. And she is, yeah, I don't know what those are, but that's what she's showing.
Could it be a logical step for me to take to assume this thing might be there might be some sort of symbiosis here with this thing kind of sharing?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm inclined to say yes. You tell me if Rosh would make that jump. Like if he's or if they're more familiar with anything like that. If they are, then I think absolutely yes. You would make that assumption.
I don't know if I would necessarily maybe understand that the creature, the mechanics of it, but that this thing might be somehow Gwen is giving it some sort of life energy, because based on what I did, I'm assuming it's not hostile towards her. So if Gwen is sort of,
I think
right now, that she's doing it out of some sort of willing.
Yeah, I think because the spell you cast, it's not hostile, but yet she is being drained. So yes, it's logical to assume that she is willfully doing this.
Do like IVs and stuff exist in this setting, or like are we that far with medicine? Or is
y'all can make something happen. You got a glass blower, you've got daggers. I don't know. Is that what an IV is? Glass and daggers?
Yeah, that sounds right. I'm just gonna pump like a first level cure wounds in her, just hoping that might do something, and then yell back to everyone else to say, we need to get her somewhere where we can take care of her and make sure that she's stable. Can someone help me move her?
Yeah, I got it. And Sam and I kind of fly over, and Sam kind of picks her up with his little arms, and we get going.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take her back to her room or a med bay or anything that we might have.
Okay.
Does the cure wounds cure me of the magic missile damage that I took?
It does.
Thank you.
Hold on.
It does.
Not just in case.
I don't like being shot.
I don't think she only took 3. I can't imagine that you can roll under that.
I can't. That's 11.
So many. Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
I'm going to follow Bolster and Gwen et al. Very closely.
Vincent is following along at the back of the group.
Okay. And kind of as you walk back up the hallway towards like the crew's quarters, Help is still there, kind of like rubbing his head with his antennas, still groggy and confused. Okay, so you put Gwen in her room. Her wolf form, if I haven't already said so, has left her. You leave her there. The fibers of light slowly kind of like grow out further and further as she's lying there. And yeah, what do you want to do? You have, if I recall, 4 more days of repairs to do. I know this kind of slows down some things, but take it away. Whatever you all want to do for the rest of today.
Bolster's probably going to turn his attention to getting the ship up and running as quickly as possible.
Okay.
I'm going to stay with Gwen. And
yeah, I'm not leaving Gwen.
If I can feed her or in any way, or kind of help keep her, at least get some like water down or something like that.
Yeah.
Keep her.
She's not comatose, so like you can like wake her up a little bit to and help, give her water, like a little bit of water, and like there's probably some of the rations that you have. You can get into a form that's easier for her to eat.
Like a baby bird.
Like a baby bird.
I'm gonna aggressively seethe in the corner and stare at Gwen without blinking and just like aggressively pet Captain. Like I'm trying to calm myself down, but it's not working.
Are you in the room as well?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. It's gonna be real crowded in there.
I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, Captain is a large creature. So can Bolster do what?
Can Bolster do a thing?
I guess so.
Bolster pulls this crazy looking pistol out of his pocket and says, listen, I don't necessarily know what's going on, but if anything bad happens, and he just turns it over and hands it to Pace.
Gosh, is this the end of the mist?
You know what to do.
You gave her a gun?
Good. This is great. Pace says nothing, like makes no expression change, but she is like holding that gun.
No, that's my gun.
I'm aggressively
now.
sitting between
No.
Pace and Gwen.
Not with my own gun. What?
Said I'm aggressively sitting between Pace and Gwen.
Just a lot of aggressive sitting.
I'm aggressively napping.
All right, excellent. Okay, Vincent.
Well, for what it's worth, Captain's a medium creature.
Oh, is he? Okay, cool.
He's
My
a
bad.
little pterodactyl.
Vincent is going
He's
to
only
go
5 feet tall.
attempt to get started on decrypting those files to see if he can figure
Okay.
out what the heck this goo thing is.
Okay. Okay. So here's the deal. You have Rosh who's taken time off, and if you also take time off from like repairing the ship to study these things, that's going to push back your completion time, which is fine. It's just letting you know what's up.
Yep.
So you're going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. Give me an investigation roll.
Sure. I'm going to use Tides of Chaos on that
Alright. Okay.
because that was a 2. So rolling again. Come on, better. That was a 3 for a
It
total
was
of 5.
better. It was better.
Better.
I don't know
Alright.
these fancy computer nonsense.
You spend maybe not. Do you spend the entire day, or you spend like maybe like your last 4 hours of the day like studying or something like that?
I mean,
How deep or how much are you investing in this?
I would have abandoned ship repairs to try and figure this out.
Okay, so you're only doing this. All right.
Mhm.
What's your ant mod?
It's pretty good.
It's 2. All right,
+2.
so you're a clever boy. All right, so this is going to take you a few days to figure out. Bolster, since it's just you and help working on the ship currently. Actually, no, sorry. I need to do things more instead, because after a day and a half, Gwen will be on her feet and Rosh may not still be attending her. So let's just get through one day, and we'll go to day 2, and then we'll figure out what happens next. So day 1 ends. Vincent, you don't feel any closer to figuring out. There's a lot of like reference numbers and a lot of double speak, and it's not. You get the sense that it's not even necessarily code. It's just like incredibly jargony, incredibly bureaucratic, and like just information is frustratingly obfuscated, and it keeps telling you to refer to other different parts of the data that you have. And so you spend the day, rest of the day looking for something, and just you feel like you're getting no closer, though you are. Unless there's something in particular someone would do the following morning.
So I'm just assuming that Rosh and I stared at each other in aggression all day
just
long.
like a lot of just aggressive sitting.
I
I
don't
would prefer to
I
have a
think
conversation.
Yeah.
Actually, you want to have a conversation? Yeah, that'd be
Yes.
great. Let's do that now.
I assume there was probably a long period where my back was to Pace, just watching Gwen, trying to not make eye contact.
At which point I would like stand up so I could have like a super clear view of Gwen over him then.
Yeah. Okay. How tall is Rosh?
Not super tall. Like
6'4".
5'10".
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. All right. Cool. All right. Yep. So you're kind of glowering half over Rosh as you have this conversation. I guess you stand up and now are aggressively standing.
Yeah, I'm aggressively standing.
Okay.
And I bet Captain's probably just like pacing as best as he can. Like,
Captain's like,
Please let me go outside. I don't get the significance of this. I'm a bird lizard.
oh, lizard bird. A bird. So probably not very long after we got in there in the first place, Pace would just kind of eventually like settle into this like forced calm state and just, Rachel, I need something. Tell me something, or I can't deal with this.
I wish I had something to tell you.
How do you know it's not doing harm? She's obviously weakened by it. Why is it okay for us to leave it there?
The light guided me here. And I've trusted it this far. So if it had meant to do us harm, if it meant to do Gwen harm, we would have known.
You mean like hide an event and then jump at her and glom on her?
I don't know what happened in the conference room. I don't know what led us to this place. I'm as confused as you are right now. But Gwen seems to think this thing is worth protecting.
I don't need to kill it. I just don't want it on her.
Do you think there's a way to remove it without killing it?
Well, it seems to be getting more solid. So, theoretically, you could grab it, scrape it off, freeze it, take it off, something like that. Toss his gun back and forth between hands.
Mix it with peanut butter. That helps it kind of get out of her hair.
Yeah, I hear that they're attracted to peanut butter like rats. Just kidding.
Bolster is not a rat. I'll have you know.
I wasn't talking about Bolster.
So racist. Racist all the time.
I don't know. I have faith that this will turn out for the best.
Oh, gosh. Hold on, let me just roll something really quick.
Whoa.
Pew pew, Rush gets shot.
Pulls out bottle of Goo Gone.
Look at that. I had this the whole time.
Just leave it on for 5 minutes. That'll do it.
I hope you're right. Because I did this. And I need to know it's going to be okay. Or I have to do something about it.
I'll turn around to actually look at Pace now, or kind of focus on her. Why did you open the canister?
I wanted to know what it was. I didn't know what it was.
Well, you can't blame yourself for this either way. It was going to get opened at some point. That was the plan to begin with, and this was going to happen eventually. Gwen, if she could speak right now, would tell you that she'd rather it be her than us. So.
Well, if it were good, I don't think she would think that.
How are you doing?
Dandy. So good. I died, and then I did this to my friend. So I'm great.
Wow.
Do you remember?
Being dead?
The afterlife?
So?
I came very close to death once. When I became what I am now. When I was chosen. I thought I was going to die. I remember this intensity of it, this light was everywhere. Now, I know others. I've read holy texts. I know others have different experiences and see different things. But that changed me. So don't feel ashamed if your experience changed you too.
Yeah, I'd say it did.
If you want to talk about it, I'm here. But I understand if you don't.
Just a lot of things are my fault. And I need to fix them.
That's what we do, isn't it? Fix things.
I guess. And then I'll just like fall back against the wall and just like slowly slide down to a sitting position. Or we wait to find out if they're bad or not. Or how bad they are.
And we'll wait.
Fancy.
Okay, so next morning, I'm gonna say, Rosh and Pace, you all pull an all-nighter. Yeah, we'll figure out something with that soon. So around noon the following day, Gwen. Actually, it's a little bit later in the day because this probably happened in the middle of the day. So you're going to be closer to night when you start to kind of pull together. But let's just say mid-afternoon it is. Quickly, let me just get a quick check. Pace, Rosh are watching over Gwen. Bolster's working on the ship. Vincent, you get up in the morning and start working on these things again. Okay. Roll me another investigation check.
Okay,
Pace. Yeah.
And another Tides of Chaos, because I can't roll anything other than garbage, apparently.
Okay.
What the heck? That's 2 2s and 2 3s. I
All
think
right.
my dice are
Matrix
loaded.
exhausted?
All right. Roll D100.
Yep.
You're in your room at your desk reading this stuff. And I should always have this thing up.
Yep.
Always have it up. I should never have it not up.
Okay, that's a 64 on our custom Wild Magic Surge table.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, okay. So roll me a 1d6, please.
Yep. And I'm just not going to come out of my room for 4 hours.
So, yeah. Does anyone walk by Vincent's room? Actually, I think the way that you haven't seen this, but there's a schematic where I have like all 6 rooms, and there's only 5 of you, but there's an extra room currently because it used to be Crystallis. You're all kind of very close in about like a 30-foot little cube sort of thing. It's roughly that. I'm gonna say Rosh and actually this will be fun. Okay, Rosh and Pace, roll me a perception check.
All right. It's a 17 for me.
That's an 11 for me.
Okay. So here's what happens. You are all in the room with Gwen. Rosh, you don't quite get this, but gosh, Pace, it really smells like someone just ripped one. It smells so bad. It smells like egg sulfur. And you know what? I think, Gwen, this wakes you up because your sense of smell. You are brought out of your...
Oh, is Gwen aware of this whole time? Or does it eventually, recede?
Wait, start saying it?
So, because when she got glommed and when this all happened, she was, werewolfy? So when she was unconscious and, it's been a day and a half, is she still werewolfy? Or did it eventually,
She
go
stopped
away?
being a werewolf after 10 minutes of
that's
becoming a werewolf.
Cool. I'll log that away.
Yes. So you wake up Gwen to this smell of like just rotten eggs. It smells awful. And Rosh, I think I don't know the right DC for it, but I think you don't quite get it because there is like a hallway and 2 rooms away from the source of the smell. So I don't think you quite get it, but everyone else gets it. Do you want to do anything fun with that scene or just like
Oh my god.
You just kind of hear muffled from down the hall. Sorry.
I think I try to sit up.
And that's what Gwen looks up to. Oh gosh, sorry.
What is that?
Gwen! What's the status of the goo?
It has kind of receded, and it is now. And Gwen, you and I can talk about this later, but like, because like it has the mass of a small creature, and it can kind of adopt a number of different shapes. So you can like have it do whatever you want to do. If you want a sash or a cloak or boots or gloves, whatever you want, like you can kind of work that out with visually with that.
Okay.
But I think for right now, it's just kind of like maybe on her shoulders and back for right now. Also, Gwen, your stomach starts growling.
I'm so hungry.
I'll get you some food right away. I go to the kitchen.
I'm assuming we like both try to go get food, and then we're like, and then I'm like, okay, and I'll just stay here.
All right.
You go, okay.
Okay.
I just stare at her real hard. Insight check. Is it really Gwen? Is she herself? It's an 18.
Gwen?
Yeah?
Sweet. I do the biggest sigh ever. And I duck really low so I can hug her around the waist without getting anywhere near the goo.
No. Vincent, just to actually, because you had those 2 rolls, and I know it was like an assumption that you fail, and you do, but just letting you know, it won't take, there's, you can't fail forever.
There is
Probably.
incremental progress.
So
but
you're
it
incremental
is-
progress. You're making your way. You're starting to figure out the organization of the papers, and you're starting to line them up in a way that makes sense to you. But you still don't feel like you figured anything out yet, other than how you should be organizing it.
Yep. And based on that surge, unless something happens and my presence is desperately needed, I'm just working on this for the next 4 hours.
Okay, cool. Yes. Did anyone want to do anything else? We can play the scene out more.
Yep.
Or we can move on. It's up to you.
I vote that first one.
Do it.
Gwen? What happened? Also, I'm very sorry. Go on.
It's alright. It's not a harmful creature. Sorry, I'm still sort of tired.
I get that. Don't worry. I'm with you. Mm-hmm.
I think, Gwen, here, you don't, it's not like it's nothing comical like snoring or anything, but you sense friend is there, but only barely conscious. It's kind of in a half, not quite comatose state, but just rest, sleeping so hard, basically. Yeah. So you're, I won't, basically saying I won't be interjecting any more with little or anything. So for at least today.
Okay.
Continue.
Well, you met Help,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
This creature locked up on the ship, much like Help was. This is Friend. It's not a mean creature, it's not a monster, it's not a hurtful thing. It's just very hungry.
What does it eat?
What I eat, I imagine.
Is that all you have for me?
It was a prisoner. It has been through a terrible amount of pain. And it's confused, it's hungry, and it's been very much alone for a very long time. But it is still a creature.
Mm-hmm.
Much like Help, much like any of the other creatures we have aboard this ship. It's not going to hurt anyone. It needs a friend.
Does it have to be on you?
I think it will turn out for the best if it is.
Okay.
You're going to have to trust me.
Oh, I do. I don't trust that.
I do.
Okay.
I come back in at this time with a comically large amount of food.
I eat
Which is good.
all of it.
She eats a full 4 rations worth of food right there. Which I believe is like 8 pounds of food.
Does she feed any to the goo?
No.
Cool.
No.
So disturbing for me.
Hey, does anyone tell Bolster that she's awake, or is he just working on the ship and no one has let him
Button,
know?
Bolster, she's awake.
You hear.
See, when you made that sound effect, I just imagine you hitting the door and like go down.
I assumed it would open.
Casey just standing in front of the door.
Her foot
It
is.
just runs right into me.
Yeah.
I gotta get those automatic doors fixed. No, I think he like flies through the air and like hugs Gwen and he's like, "You're alive!
Hi, buddy.
How's our friend?"
Fine.
Okay.
He's fine.
Well, I have to learn all about what his deal is. Soon? Wait, is he there right now? Is he talking to you?
I think he's asleep.
Oh, little buddy. I guess he's had a hard time.
He's had a very hard
well-
time.
Well, so, this, what are all these ration wrappers doing here?
Bolster, we've talked about this. You don't comment on a woman's eating habits.
Oh God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. Boy, I just dug myself a trench. I'm sorry.
I am not offended.
Well, I'm glad you're back. I guess we'll keep trying to make headway on the ship so that we can get out of here, but I'm glad you're doing okay. You gave us a bit of a scare there for a minute.
I'm sure. I apologize.
Also, Bolster, do you smell that?
Yeah, come to think of it.
It's
Is that-
Vincent. It's Vincent.
It's Vincent, it's not the air scrubbers again.
He said
Because
sorry.
I swear. Oh, my goodness. I was trying to think of something good. I was trying to think of something to say, and I can't come up with anything, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Perfect. Okay. So, let us move to all the way today. What day we start on? We start on the 24th to 25th. Let's start on the 26th. Right now. Gwen, you now get all of those things. right now.
Right now?
Right now.
Oh, yeah.
I want it known that I was like totally surreptitiously following Gwen all day, every day, always, all the time.
Okay.
Just
Stealth
make
check?
sure. Oh, yeah, okay. That's a 29 on a natural 20.
That's pretty good. That I'm gonna imagine that Gwen may not probably is not like actively. So I think that beats her passive perception. So I think you're good.
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure, like, if the goo does anything untoward. Basically, I want to know what the heck it is, what its deal is, what it wants, what it is.
Sure.
What it does.
Gwen, have you decided like a form that you want it to take? You don't have to decide right now, and also you more than happy to change your mind at any point in the game because it will respond. But
Cool.
Anything for today?
Does it have to be like? Does it have to look like an item, like gloves, or can I? Because I kind of like it on like
no.
I kind of like it on like the back and shoulders, like an angel wing tattoo.
Yeah.
Very dramatically, but kind of like that.
Totally, absolutely.
So at some point, it disappears into her body and becomes a tattoo.
No. It's still like on.
Just
it's
the
like
placement.
It's just the
Okay, I
placement
was like,
of it,
I'm
yeah.
very concerned.
But yeah, I'll explain this to Gwen and maybe I say Pace, probably you've seen this transition happen like as you've been. I don't know how the biggest person in the crew is so sneaky on this tiny little ship, but she is. Maybe she's just really good at like pretending like she's doing something else.
I'm gray like the ship. I don't know. Exactly.
That's her nat 20. There's a like it can transition between these states of viscosity and something that looks a little bit more firm, like a slightly wet but supple leather, and it kind of like can transition between these states. But for the most part, it stays in this kind of more. Honestly, it just looks like a second layer of skin over her. You probably wear clothes. It probably just looks like another kind of like, and again, these fibers of light that were quite dim at the beginning, now they kind of stretch out across it. So now it's not just like one color. There's like these lights going through it, a little bit like a bioluminescent jellyfish, I guess. How they have these like filaments running through them a little bit. It looks a little bit like that.
/ infinity scarf. There you go. That's great.
Exactly. So
she doesn't seem to be
2018 trend. Sorry, say again.
She doesn't seem to be hindered in any way. She doesn't talk to it. Doesn't get weird far off looks in her eyes like she's listening to something that's not there.
I don't think so. I think well, let me explain this to Gwen. Maybe she might do those things. I don't know. I think once friend, as it shall be called from here until we care to do something different. You notice that a satiated friend, a bonded friend, it sounds very, very different from an alone friend. And it's very quiet, it's very calm, it's very relaxed. This is an interesting thing because of the duality of Gwen herself. She is both extremes. I think Friend is adopting that. Friend is, for right now, and it probably until you get into combat again, like Friend is utterly at peace and tranquil and just really happy, I guess. Just happy to be not alone anymore. And in particular, like, it's not just about not being alone, it's also just being with you, specifically with you. Yeah, the duality will be interesting moving forward, but I think I don't know that you would necessarily have like a lot to talk about with Friend necessarily. Friend isn't engaging in conversations. If you want to reach out to Friend, you absolutely can, but Friend's just totally content just to be there.
Yay.
I don't want to interrupt, but G Master just bought a inspiration die for
Oh,
Gwen.
snap!
For me?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Awesome. All right, cool. That will be useful this session.
Not foreboding at all.
Nope. Just kidding.
I actually have a question.
Shoot.
Do I look beefier now?
I think no. I think
No.
what it'll be like is whenever you do an act of strength, I think maybe you'll like roll around your like arms and like reinforce and stuff like that.
Cool.
Okay.
So our strongest person just got stronger? That sounds nice. Okay, well, if after creepily stalking her for hours, nothing bad happens, I'll calm down and I'll go about my life.
Okay. All right. So, gosh, what day we're on? The 26th?
Yep.
Okay. You were going to be done on the 28th, but I think Vincent being out of commission for 2 days at least, we'll see what the next roll does. And and Rosh being out of commission for almost 2 days, it's probably going to push it back like 10 days. So the 30th is what you're on target for now. Although if Rosh, you're getting back into it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll try and help. I'll hold stuff.
Okay.
I'll put stuff on tall shelves.
All right, then let's do the check we did last time. I think it was Arcana for both of you. Both of you roll that. I'll let, because Pace is helping, I'll let you get advantage. By the way, before you roll, well, you can roll, but like the way you rolled earlier, set your pace of the week. I'm not going to penalize you if you roll badly here. I'm only going to give you a benefit if you roll it really well. So that'll only get you back on track. That's all that's at stake here, just so you know.
And I don't remember where we came on this last time. Can I guidance myself for this?
Yeah, you can. So yeah, go ahead and make those rolls and read them out.
I got to roll D4.
Also, Pace. I'll say Pace's advantage can let you roll again, Rosh.
Yeah.
Yay.
I'm here for you.
Bolster has a mega roll.
Well, I'm not here for you at all. Actually,
Okay.
make things worse.
Okay.
I hope things upside down.
Okay, so we have a 12 total from Rosh and a 28 total from Bolster.
It's what I do. I that's all I do, really. I just build things.
That between the two of you, that's an average of plus 20. So I'm gonna say that gets you down to, you'll be done on the 29th instead of the 30th. So cool.
Cue A-Team soundtrack.
I don't remember it right off the top of my head, but that's a music song with the mouth and trumpet bones. Okay. Okay, cool. So, all right, here's what we're gonna do. Vincent, and roll me another roll.
Yep, I'm wondering if I should just roll with advantage to start. Yeah, might as well. So I'm using Tides of Chaos to make her. No. Yeah, no, I'm gonna just roll with advantage to start and use Tides of Chaos. That's a 13.
Okay. All right. And you're still in your room. Go ahead and roll me a D100 once again. I left the surge table open this time because I'm a genius.
55. Did I leave the surge table open? I did not.
Okay. So Vincent, as you're studying, kind of like just a little bit stressed out, just like your hair starts falling out in these large tufts, and like kind of in a panic, you gotta rub it, and then before you know it, all of your hair has fallen out, and you are bald as the day you were born by an angel.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well,
I just
Vincent
imagine
comes
like
out from Gales and we're like, what?
Okay. So, I'm going to give you some breadcrumbs because you've been a real eager beaver. So, you've got something here. Forgot I have notes here, and notes here. So, it's on my phone actually. This one is. Okay. So, you find in the ship's manifest of what they're talking about, of the specimens that they have on board, or that the particular gridwalker group that you had on board. The one that in question was species RTP-88. And let's see, what do you know right now? You know, like, this is what you've been able to glean so far. There's still more there to uncover, but this is all you know right now. It was a rogue asset, and this group that you took out tracked it down and put it in the cylinder using the gas to render it unconscious to keep it from breaking out. Yeah, that's all you know right now.
okay, and you said species RTP-88?
That's correct.
Gotcha. I think the hair isn't bad enough that Vincent would stay in his room. He's probably had this surge happen once before when he was a small child, so it's just like, well, it'll come back.
Okay. So, we're going to move ahead to the 29th when the ship is repaired. Are you still working on the notes, Vincent?
I think up until the point where the ship is ready to fly. It's like, hey, let's go take care of that mission that we got.
Okay.
That was a thing before all the goo happened.
Okay. Oh yeah, Gwen, you haven't shared that with anybody yet. Do you want to? You don't have to. You all can do whatever you want.
Yeah, at some point, I think I would sit down with everybody and be like, so, as I was saying.
Actually, okay, so here, I'm going to give Vincent one more roll. So if he has a chance at information, if you roll, just beat 15.
Which hasn't happened yet.
Beat 15. No, I'll just let you know kind of.
Okay, Tides of Chaos.
What's
Advantage.
available.
Here we go.
There.
16.
Okay. Oh, and the first one was a nat 1. That's so awesome. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hold on to that surge for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so the rest of the information that you figure out is that the species was a kind of hybrid, that it was taken from this the species that they kind of write about that was able to take the shape of certain objects and be just a real butthole to people. But they've taken it and they've kind of doctored it, both with breeding, with alchemical means and magical modifications. They've guided its evolution to make it an exceptionally adaptable biosuit that they were hoping would one day replace the power armor that's worn by the gridwalkers. And in some sense, it was a success because the creatures were highly adaptable and they provided a lot of benefits to the wearer, but they scrapped the project because it's actually an accountant that ended up getting the project scrapped because they just ran the numbers, and the soldiers who would wear this biosuit, they would consume like double the rations that other soldiers would. and if a soldier died while wearing the biosuit would also die, so they couldn't reuse anything. They just kind of ran the numbers, and they just decided that this isn't really a financially beneficial project to keep going towards. And so, they also learned this thing, which I don't think I put this in your sheet yet, Gwen. So, but they also found out that 88s were also exceedingly vulnerable to sonics, which was just too significant of a weakness that for them to overlook.
To sonics or psionics?
Sonics, or in D&D thunder damage.
Okay.
Hedgehog.
Yeah, it's a hedgehogs. To smarmy hedgehogs. So yeah, that's kind of what you're able to get through those documents. Apparently there was a whole mess of these at one point, and I guess they got rid of them. But this one, they managed to track it down. I guess they like you assume that maybe this one got away, but was tracked down and captured.
Okay.
Yep.
At some point, I would find Gwen and relay that information to her, specifically if you die, it dies, and thunder damage go extra boom.
Yeah. So while you are bonded with friend, you are vulnerable to thunder damage. Yeah. So, okay. So in this meeting, we're talking about the biosuit and this mission, I guess. So take it away. And then after you have this conversation, we'll take a break, IRL.
Okay. So how does this conversation start? How does this
So
work?
Ocelot's a great company.
Right? They're the worst. I mean,
I said
I don't know. Exactly.
So wait, is this the conversation about what the info I
Yeah,
found,
I'm
or
assuming
about the
Vincent
mission?
came back and was like, "Hey, I found this stuff."
Well,
Okay,
you're all together, and Gwen, I was imagining this will also be an opportunity for Gwen. You talk about your thing
Yep.
too,
Yeah, sorry, I
but
got a
we're
little
starting with this conversation.
Sorry, got a little distracted with the link Travis posted.
That's my segue.
Yep.
Sorry.
It's
Ocelot's
fine.
horrible.
I shouldn't have opened it mid-game when things were happening. So, I bet you're all wondering why I've called you here. I need to remember what my accent is, because that still hasn't changed due to a surge. So,
buddy, you just got a heck of a haircut.
yeah, no, this is still the same day where it's gone.
Yeah, that sounds better.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, this has happened before. It'll be back. As hair does, but it'll be back lickety split. Anyway, I finally made a bit of headway in terms of finding out what our friend over there is. Seems to have been a project of Ocelot. They attempted to take a shape-shifting critter and turn it into a biosuit. It seemed to work well for its intended purposes, but they were burning through rations like nobody's business, so some bureaucrats shut it down. Gwen, if it is bonded to you, if you go down, it goes down too. And it's not a fan of loud noises, so something to keep in mind.
Hear that, Bolster? They're turning a living creature into clothes.
Oh man.
I mean, isn't that what most clothes are? Except
But while it's alive, come on. I know my intelligence is 10, but come on.
Man, that's lower and low. But I mean, he seems content right now, and I guess we gotta care for him now. It's like we got another, pet friend, I guess.
A new free range member.
Thank you, Vincent.
That was a lot of hard work. I know. I took a look at that before, and it just didn't seem like there was going to be any progress on it for a while. So,
Yeah,
good job, buddy.
The hair and the cinch the other day that contributed to
Sorry,
progress.
stressed you out so much. You lost your hair.
Yeah,
And
like
your
I said,
continence.
it'll be back.
And your continence.
Yep. Why do you think I didn't leave the room? Anyway, I think there might be more to figure out, so I may keep taking a crack at it. But I gather that the ship is ship-worthy once again, and since I seem to be the only one who knows how to flap this tin can, may have to take a bit of a break from my research.
Great. Well, we got to figure out. Well, we got to find work. That food won't last forever, and we even have another mouth to feed now.
I actually might have something for that.
Really?
Do you all remember Petra? Petra?
Oh yeah, old Pete.
Yeah.
Well, I spoke to him again the other day before this happened, and he does in fact still have work for us on a planet called I Can't Read My Own Handwriting.
Interesting name.
That's not the weirdest I've heard.
Gurgin, I think, is what that says.
And this is the guy who was like, usually when people ask if you have a ship, they intend that it can fly. That guy.
Yes.
Okay.
But he would very much like for us to travel to this planet and seek out these Arlean ruins that are there. He, from what I gathered, had people there, excavating, doing some kind of work, and has not heard from them in quite a while.
Oh.
And is a bit concerned.
Well, it sounds like we don't have much time. We gotta go.
And it's quite possible something is just blocking their transmissions or something like that, but it's also possible that something bad has happened, and I told him we would take care of it.
All right. Well, is there anything we need to do before we hit the road? I say we get going. We gotta help these people.
I'm good.
I think we're all set.
Yeah?
Okay. So, just to give you all a heads up, I'm doing the math over here. And you all have...
He did some math.
He did
The
some
wild space math.
So you all have currently, like after that massive... oh crap. I lost it. No!
I think you said something like we have 3... It was either 3 days or 3 jumps worth of fuel.
At this point, your engine has recharged, so you have 5.
Okay.
I was gonna figure out what your current ration situation is. It is over the past.
Somewhere in the.
I do. I just need to figure out because you had 82 before this session.
Mm-hmm.
And so 5 of you times 5 days is 25. Yes, pace.
I'm sorry, you can go on. I'll wait till you're done.
Okay, thank you. Because God, I won't keep it straight. You had an extra 3 from that one from Gwen's first meal, so that gets to 28. And then Gwen is eating double rations from here in perpetuity. So that will bring us to extra 4. I think you're 32 rations down from that, so you're at a cool 50.
Okay, so I'm an Outlander? Wanderer?
Mm-hmm.
So I could gather 11 people worth of food every day.
Okay, cool.
If necessary.
It likely will be, because y'all are burning through this. You had You stole from the Gridwalker ship like 112 rations, and you're down to 50 now.
So can I have like done that? Maybe the past 2 days once I realized we were running low? Past 1 day?
Let's just for let's say from here on out.
Yeah.
Here on out. Yeah, so you're at 50 now. From here on out, you can do that. And that will be a net positive for you because I'm kind of not feeding the animals currently. I could be.
We could assume that that's what I've been spending most of my time doing is just getting animal food instead of us.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do that. What do you? I don't want to figure this out right now, but I do want to figure this out eventually. How many rations all your animals take, and this depends on how many animals you want to keep on hand at any point. But we won't get into that right now. We're just gonna scoot past that. Okay, your ship is ready. You have the coordinates to a new place. I need to do something real quick. All right. Ooh, gross. All right, I'm gonna bring you over to the star map. Oh no, not yet. Oh no. I'm the worst. Positive thinking 2018. I'm the worst. Okay, here we go. Right over here. So once again, we're at the star map. You're currently up there in the Barcel sector. And you can control that ship, by the way. Each of you can.
Ooh.
And so we're headed to the Uvol sector, where the planet Gurgen is. So we're gonna do this real quick as you all depart from the anchorage. Vincent with his new skills and downy hair beginning to grow back in, little tufts and sprigs of it. He guides the Arcturus 8 off of the anchorage after such a long time, leaving this city of thieves behind. The engines roar and you head towards the nearest arc stream. As you approach kind of the what?
Oh, sorry. I would like to keep watch out on sensors for those evil monks that were evil before.
Okay.
The party pooping monks. I don't know.
Right.
The purifiers?
Yeah. Go ahead and give me it'd be investigation.
Investigation. All right. There it is.
Yeah, you see lots of different things on the scanners as you go through this asteroid field, but through the noise, you're even able to pick out what are unmistakably ships, but none of them seem to be of the same style and model as the monks that pursued you, what feels like so long ago. But you approach this large arc gate, the kind of energies that are kind of spiraling within it begin to kind of reach a kind of harmonic pitch with your engine. And you begin to go into arc light speed. But the engine doesn't work really well, and then Bolster messes with some things and like kicks a thing, and then it works just fine.
Oh, thank God!
As you all into arc speed, and you pass through the arc stream, and you find yourself in the Uvol system or sector, and that's where we're going to take a break for right now.
Break time.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Woo. We'll try to be good about that. But give us lots of shit in chat when we aren't. Lots of shit. Thank you. All right, we'll be back soon. Bye. Jeffy, did we make it? Did we do it? I think we're just under the clock.
I think you're right.
So yeah, all right. So yeah, just the threats of harassment. No, I'm just kidding. So cool. Keen, you want to talk? Because I wanted you to talk about this on stream.
Okay.
Because there's no good segue into it other than me saying that.
Yeah. So I was just saying, like, sorry that Pace reacted so badly and like would not be calmed down. But after she came back from death, I gave her a new flaw, and it's basically that she doesn't trust new things. She just assumes that they're lying or insidious until they prove otherwise.
Very cool. Very cool.
Makes sense.
Right.
Does it?
All right. So, as we've discussed before, just real quickly while we're back, follow our Twitter, find on everything. GGameKnights. That's it. Just everything is there.
GGameKnights.
GGameKnights. That's all you need.
GGameKnights.
Follow here. I don't know why you haven't followed here already, but just go ahead and do it. What does it cost you, really? Follow us. Okay. So you all, as we discussed before, like arc stream travel is pretty much instantaneous, and you travel badillions of light years away. Badillions into different sector. You have entered into the Uvol sector, and ahead of you, you see a system. One with a Earth-like sun. I'll say that. I forget what the class's sun is. I can't remember.
Yellow ball in the sky.
Yeah.
Type.
I know classes of planets, but I can't think of the. If there are any like well-educated people in chats of any kind that remind me, that'd be great. I'm not
This
looking
is
it
the
up.
internet. There are no well-educated people here.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, you see silhouetted against the light of the sun 3 Galactic Concord frigates that are hovering kind of in front of the distant starlight, and to the it makes it hard to the right of where you are at, because cardinal distances make no sense here. To the right of where you are, you also see a glint of a space station, of the Uvol way station, which is there's way stations at most arc jumps positionings, especially where there's a Galactic Concord presence. But as you kind of enter into this sector, it's not long before some like klaxons start chirping in the cockpit as someone begins hailing the ship.
I don't know if that got covered in the training.
Just frantically
there.
hitting buttons.
Howdy. How y'all doing today?
We're just doing just fine. Thanks for asking. How about you go ahead and nuzzle that little bird over there, over on this way station? We got you a little spot for you that looks all awful nice at A38B. Just I'll send you the coordinates of where you need to land, and we just real appreciate it.
All right, sounds good. We'll have it over in a jiffy.
All right, 10-4, breaker, 1, 2, 3.
That was beautiful.
This is my favorite character so far.
The space
See
truckers.
what happens when I do this accent? It bleeds over.
This is better than the trash cleric.
To be fair, my notes say Concord guards. Texas Border Patrol. That's what my notes say. So, okay, so you guide unless you want to do something different, you guide the vessel towards the coordinates that they gave you and settled the ship down.
Guys, we got rid of all the contraband, right?
And
we have contraband on this ship?
Why do you think the monk shot us?
Not anymore.
I think Bolster is going to hide. If at all possible. Like if they come to like inspect the ship or anything, he's definitely going to be like finding a place to scurry into, probably the air vents.
I slap Rosh on the shoulder and I'm like, they're kidding.
All right. What?
All right.
Funny, I guess.
I love Rosh so much.
They're the best. Okay. So you pull into this space station. So, and as you settle down, the landing gear a little bit more solid this time than last time, kind of crunches down onto the steel landing pad. The different vessels kind of whirring overhead, moving to different places. A number of figures kind of emerge from this light. There's like a doorway that slides back, and a group of figures kind of moves towards you. They're kind of silhouetted a little bit with the light in the hallway behind them. But as they kind of enter out into this kind of open air space where there is an artificial atmosphere that's kind of domed over that you kind of pulled into, and you felt the ship shudder as you did so. We can talk about that in a second. Well, as they come towards you, we'll have a little bit of a meta discussion about that. You see figures, two of them wearing this power armor with red and white colorings of cloth that are over them, and you all would be familiar with this. These are officers of the Galactic Concord, and both of them seem to be carrying items or what's the right word for this? I guess you know that. They seem to be carrying firearms, not dissimilar from the one that Crystalline found, but these ones are a little bit larger, a little bit heavier, and they kind of carry them not in an aggressive manner, but just kind of in the crooks of their arms as they approach your vessel. So, Gwen, and crew, now's a good time to talk about what you said was going to be your whole deal before you came in, because you know that you're going to be like, what happens generally at these way stations is a kind of customs inspection of everything. So you tell me what you want to do, like the all of you, not just Gwen, like what you want to do in response to that. So Bolster is in the vents already. What about Samathes? Is he trying to look like furniture, or okay, never mind. Forget Samathes. Samathes died. He fell out of the airlock.
Sorry, I misheard and thought you were talking about something else. So sorry. I think Samathes is literally just like leaning up against a wall, just shut down in the cargo space. Because he's just like a robot, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Smart, cool. All right. So Gwen, this is kind of your deal right here, so you can kind of like instruct people to do whatever you want. It doesn't mean they're going to listen to you. I'm just saying, like, you can kind of set the tone for it.
So did Petra, I forget, did he tell us that we shouldn't let anyone, especially the Galactic Concord, know what's going on the planet?
I'll relate this for you, Gwen. You remember that Peter told you that his operation that they have on Gurgan is not sanctioned, and they managed to smuggle in all the prefab like facilities that they're going to take there. So like the operation they're doing there is not legal.
Yep.
So what you want to do with that information, it doesn't mean that what you're doing isn't legal, but you know, you can make your own decisions on how you want to play this out.
Mm-hmm. I should get my character sheet back up. So, this is still talking to the other players. My instinct is to just be, hey, we were going to the anchorage, had some ship trouble, spent time repairing there. Like, stick as close to the truth as possible.
Also, Anchorage is a den of thieves.
Mm.
And the Galactic Concord is like cops.
Yep.
So
space cops.
Space cops.
So let's not say that part.
So reevaluate.
Yep.
So I like space trouble.
Where were we coming from before? Did we ever decide what that place was called?
I think we were told in episode 1, and I do not remember.
But we can let's go to the star map. Oh, the sector that you guys came from?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh. I don't remember either.
So you came.
It looks like it was a ways away, though. Whatever it was.
Yep. So we were coming from there, and how did we get from there to here? Because
all right. So let me just explain the star map real quick. Like all the points of light. Those are more like points of interest, like that there's like major civilizations at those places. It doesn't mean there's nothing in the grids in between. It just means that like civilization is where those blumps are. So you could have come from the sector to the in any other direction other than Varcel. It just would be like a very nondescript location, and maybe it was just a waypoint. Like maybe you came from Kaiba on the way up to U-Ball if you wanted to, or Selectus, or anything else. Like it's just up to you. And if you want backgrounds on Kaiba or Selectus, I don't have any. I don't have. Kaiba is not from you, and neither is Selectus. That's no one in this party. So those are just two sectors that I have that you probably don't know anything about.
Yep. Okay, so what's our story, guys? Because what reason do we have to be coming out here? We heard there was fortune to be made down on this planet.
All right. Also, let me make another thing, because each of these points, all these different sectors, these sectors are like millions of systems, not just one single solar system. So, Gergen, for example, Gwen has the coordinates for this. It's not in this system. It's probably another. I forget what I wrote down. I wrote it down somewhere.
But
yeah, it's okay. So it's another 4 days of FTL travel, and that will take 4 days. So currently there's lots of mechanics here right now. So forgive me, players and audience. But so your engine has 5 charges. You've used 3 to get to this system, and you need 4 to get to where you're going. You recharged 1 day's worth of FTL charge per day. And there's also other means that you can recharge it. You can pay to like a fast charge. Usually at way stations like this, you can like pay and like get your engine back up to where it needs to be faster. Usually that's kind of pricey though. It's like probably like 150 gold per day of FTL power. So, gosh, I got really in the weeds on that one. I can't remember why you even started on that. So you're headed towards a system that's 4 days of faster than light travel away from the current system that you're in. Your engine's at 2 out of 5 charges. You can spend whatever light you need to do.
So based on previous encounters of this sort, would we be expecting that we have to be, we're coming from here, we're heading to here, or is it just like, hey, look at our ship, there's no contraband, we good?
Okay, so this is going to be a character question that I ask everybody. Your particular background, are you more familiar with the inner I think in Star Wars they call it like there's the outer rim and there's like the kind of like the inner rim of where galactic civilization is. Like, are you more familiar with like the inner part or the outer wild part?
Vincent would be more familiar with the inner part.
Pace is more wild.
Okay. I'm gonna wait for the other three because I'm just curious.
I somewhere in between. I know that's like non-committal.
Okay.
But sort of on the edges of both.
Okay.
Where I think I would have spent my time.
Okay. So I'll just make this pretty simple. Like in inner, it's much more controlled, tightly controlled. There's a lot more checks and balances. There are like checks, not balances, just checks. They check everything. They check where you're going. They look for corroborating sources. They like check your cargo. They check your ship. They check everything. Outer, it's a little bit more loosey-goosey, and not because the rules are different, but because those enacting the rules are generally not as attentive, or they're more easily coerced. And also, I think the way that the Galactic Concord is, it's has very light similarity to like the Roman Empire, where like where other cultures would say like, hey, you want to be a Roman like us? They're like, or die. It's not quite that like violent. There's not like the or die bit. It's just like there's these totally different cultures trying to use this rule system from this inner empire-ish sort of entity, and so their interpretation sometimes changes a little bit the further away you get from that center. There's I'll say those of you who are more familiar with the outer, you may not have any qualms about anything. Those of you who are more familiar with the inner, maybe you think, man, Gwen should probably hide that thing that's on her, and like maybe we need to hide the animals a little bit, or at least some of the animals, because there's all sorts of different diseases that animals can have, especially when you're introducing different species and everything. Like those of you inner might be more nervous about this than those of you who are more familiar with the outer, where they're a little bit more lax with these things.
I'm going to be no use here because I'm not going to be trying to hide anything. So I'll let the rest of you decide.
Yeah, and
someone needs to knock out Rosh right now.
Remember, worst case, I am quite charismatic and can lie exceedingly well. But I think our plan is to just be... We have this zoo. We're trying to get it off the ground, so it's a little shabby currently. But we're just going wherever our hearts take us, and we're here to recharge before heading on our way.
Where are you headed, good buddy?
We heard that there was some friends of an acquaintance of a guy we met in a tavern over an arm wrestling match. You know how it goes. Told us he had some friends over on planet. I just had the name. What is it? On Gergen, that they've been out there for a while and might be looking for some entertainment. So we're gonna go pop by, have these animals, see if we can't charge them a few coppers, but alleviate some of that space frontier boredom. You know how it goes.
Gergen. I don't know if I know Gergen.
We have the coordinates, so we know where we're off to. We're not just gonna pop out in the middle of nowhere and get ourselves stranded and have to call all y'all nice people to come rescue us.
No, sure, but I don't know what your buddies are doing out there in Gergen, wherever that is.
Prospector types, you know, think they'll make it rich, and we're just gonna go, try and get a little bit of that wealth that they may or may not have stumbled upon.
What do you mean wealth?
They have some get-rich-quick scheme. They think they'll find some minerals or some resources or something. They're probably out there starving and shivering and having a miserable old time. We're gonna go try and help alleviate that just a smidge.
Well, that's all well and good, baby. Yeah, as you know that, this is a sector controlled by the Galactic Concord, and all sorts of resources and minerals are due recompense to the Galactic Concord should they be procured by you or any other party, as it were.
We'll be sure to make sure that they know that. I imagine, they don't want to get anyone's hopes up ahead of time prematurely.
And this one is kind of. What is this? Who is the person you're talking to? Who am I?
I assume this is the guy who has the clipboard that came on.
Yeah, he has a like he or she has a clipboard, but what do they look like?
I'm imagining the dwarf.
Okay. All right. Hair? Is it like hat?
Yeah, they definitely have like the kind of boxy cap that the officer types do.
Okay, yep. He's like, well, I don't think I have to remind you that, if you want out of this sector, you're going to have to pass through this way again. So if you and your friends are getting anything that you shouldn't be getting up to, we're going to know about it eventually.
Oh, eventually, I'm sure, and we'll be sure to stay out of trouble. But, these taps, they think they don't need... What am I trying to say? They don't think they need anyone telling them what to do, but, the Galactic Concord always gets their due, as is just, for keeping us all safe out here. Mighty kind of y'all for doing that. But, I'm sure you've seen these crazy prospector types come through before.
Oh, we see them, but they don't come back normally.
Yeah, well, we're hoping there's someone there to pay us some money. Otherwise, we're just going to have wasted a whole bunch of rations and space fuel, which is, of course, the technical term for it.
It sure is. All right. Well, I hope you don't mind. We're just going to have a little bit of a look-see in your ship. What's it called?
The Arcturus 8.
This is the 8th?
It's the first one I've been on. I don't know what happened to the 7 preceding it.
Looks like a countdown from what I see.
That it might be. As I said, we're getting this zoo up on its legs. We're hoping to fancy the place up once we come into a little bit of cash.
All right. Well, we're just going to take a little look-see, make sure everything's on the up and up, and then, you can be on your way.
If you have any questions, just let us know.
I'll keep that in mind. And this dwarf officer with the two Galactic Concord guards with this kind of a little bit like kind of like clunk, clunk, clunk around the spaceship, kind of looking things over. They're not too rough with your stuff, but they do kind of like turn things over a little bit. We're gonna roll an investigation check for them. Is anyone hiding besides Bolster?
I think Rosh and I are just like in with the animals, like she was skittish. Rosh, make sure she's okay, please.
Well, sure. I'll take a look at her and make sure she's okay. Do you know what's going on out there? I heard some noise.
No, I think just preliminaries. We're docking, and they're like, "What's your name?" That sort of thing.
Okay. Well, I'm sure Vincent has it handled.
Mm-hmm.
What the devil are these things?
Oh, do I have to make up names for them now? I'll look up. These are animals.
Thanks. Sure appreciate that breakdown. For a second, I thought there was a little jail you had back here.
We're a hell of a
Sometimes
zoo.
the animals get a bit naughty, try and nip the hand that feeds them, but this is also their home.
Charisma of 7. That's a cave amoeba. This is a armadillo.
Well, ma'am, I'm sorry, but some amoebas need to stay in the caves where you found them.
Do they?
It's an old saying.
Well, I would have, except for his cave collapsed due to mining. So,
Can we help you in any way? Blessings of the light be upon you, and is there any way that we can assist you in whatever you might need?
Yeah, I'd like it. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So, what are you?
My name is Rosho Satyon. I'm a disciple of the light, and I've been traveling with these people for some time now. I believe we're on our way to planet Gergen. I'm sure my friend Vincent has told you all about that.
Sure has. So, Marshall, you're a follower of the light?
I am.
Yeah, I recognize your little get up there. Just a couple. I feel like I've seen something on your tap running around here at some point. But okay, all right. Well, I appreciate your offer of help. If I could get a copy of your manifest, just see what kind of cargo you're carrying, who's on board. That's.
I'll look at Rosh. Do we have that? Does Vincent have that?
I don't, but I don't see why that would be a problem.
Vincent thing.
I believe so. I'll take you to Vincent, and we'll see what we can find.
Okay, I'll just clean these hooves myself.
Never mind. All right, so Vincent, two questions. Number one, do you have an up-to-date manifest? And number two, did you what did you try to obfuscate anything or anything? I'm trying to.
Yeah, we have something that's up to date, but it doesn't mention Bolster on it. It kind of mentions Samathies is just like a prototype.
A droid? A cleaning droid? Janitor
thing.
droid?
Okay. All right. Cool.
A poop sweeping droid for the animals?
Yeah. A pweeper.
It's a Puma.
It's a Puma. That's really good. That's a good joke, y'all. So let's take a moment, let it breathe.
But not too much because all the poo.
Yep, that'll get you. So, and then we're going to move on because after about a 30-minute kind of investigation, this security officer seems to be satisfied, takes your copy of the manifest, and so enjoy your stay. And then he moves inside. And yeah. So what do you want to do, friends?
So we're literally just pit stopping here?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you have two choices. You can pay to fuel up your ship super fast. It takes an hour to fuel versus 24 hours of just letting it charge naturally. And it costs 150 gold to get a day's worth of FTL travel.
Do we have 150 gold?
I believe you do have
but
at least that, but it's not a ton more than that. I think you have like 400, 500, something like that.
Yeah, so I think
'Cause
we're
haven't
going
we
to
also-
wait the day.
Haven't we also made Petra's pals wait like 6 days already?
Yeah, but they knew that.
Okay. Just checking. Then I'm going to go
also-
forage, unless we're on like a junkyard planet.
I assume this is kind of like a shopping
Well,
mall.
it's like a space. Yeah.
I'm just going to go pluck leaves off of ficuses in front of stores. Just kidding. I'm not.
Yeah, so you're kind of at a at a glorified rest area, but there's like people, but people live here. It's kind of like a really podunk Deep Space Nine, I guess. Yeah. So
So I'm going to step out of the ship and look around. There are like no trees. And I'll go back inside.
okay. So there is there's some food to be had here. There's one singular restaurant. Oh my god, I should pull my notes. I have a name for it.
Is it Chili's?
God, that's better than what I had. No, it's hog milk meat and 3.
Sounds appetizing.
And you hear that it's let's see. It's run by a Yeti named Jeff. Inspired by Gamaster.
That's amazing. I'm so
because he lives in like sub 40 degree weather.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. All right, so we're down to 50 rations. I think Vincent will attempt to just go and buy some more rations.
Okay.
Because apparently Pace doesn't believe in money. She's like, oh, there are no trees. I guess we're going to starve.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so who's going? Who's going, sorry?
Vincent is, if other people
There's
want
also
to go
like
shopping.
there's also like a strip mall there. There's not like a ton on offer, but you can get like a hat, like
It's a
U-Haul.
big cunning hat.
Yeah, it's just like a trucker hat, just like U-Haul. No. Anyway, okay, so yes. Okay, so who's going? Is it just Pace and Vincent, or anyone else? Okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
I was going to stay behind.
I think Bolster's going to stay on the ship and work on a TBD project.
Okay.
I'm going to chill with him.
You're going to chill on the ship with him. Okay. All right, so it's Vincent and Gwen. Rosh, what you doing?
I'm going to stay on the ship.
Okay. All right. So the two of you go to a meat and 3 diner run by this big, hairy, white creature who is wearing spectacles and behind this counter kind of regards you. It's like, oh, hello.
Well, howdy there.
Howdy to you.
It's
just Winston.
Well, I wasn't going to say it, but we're just stopping in to refuel both our ship, and we'd like to, get some groceries, some rations for the crew. We got to make sure we're fueled up, too.
Sounds amazing. So, what can I help you with?
I think just the standard run-of-the-mill rations, if you please.
Rations, of course. How many would you like?
Oh.
I almost went Yoda there for a second.
Yeah.
Did you hear it?
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at, because there is a thing somewhere that says how much rations cost.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Rations. 1 day is 5 silver for 2 pounds. So, math.
Okay. So all right, we can drop the price of rations because like I've just been going 1 ration is 1 day's because I'm not interested in doing half ration for 1 day at all. That seems a really silly.
I mean, I'm mostly just trying to figure out silver to gold conversion, but it's just that's half a gold. So 1 gold gets 2 days worth of rations times 6 is 6 gold for a day's worth. If I'm doing the math wrong, someone tell me. And
I think that's 3, right? You say like a 5 silver pieces is 1 ration.
Yeah, 5 silver is 1.
So it's 3 gold for the 6 of you, including friend.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So 3 gold per day.
3 gold per day. We currently have 3 gold. I mean, would we just want to drop 150 to get 50 more rations? Put us back up at 100. Any objections?
Works for me.
All right. I always feel like a jerk when I try and haggle in games because it's something I would never do in real life.
But that's why we play games, though, so we can get these urges out.
Yep. Do not eat the Yeti traps. What is going on? Okay. Well, I don't suppose you have any bulk discounts on the rations?
Bulk discounts? No, should I?
Oh, economics, potential customer comes in, wants to purchase more of a good. If they buy in bulk, you might be more inclined to offer them a slight discount so that they...
You're a hungry boy, aren't you? And he pokes your belly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but we got some critters back on the ship, so we gotta make sure they're well fed too. We're kind of a portable zoo.
Of course. Well, how many rations were you looking for?
Oh, how much would 50 rations cost us?
Well, let me get out my pen and paper. He's like, supposedly it costs like 50 gold.
50 gold? That sounds plenty reasonable to me. But we would have the gold because we're going shopping, so pull out a pouch because you just have infinite spare coin pouches for divvying up.
Well, you pull out your gold debit card.
Yep.
And you swipe it, and it goes like, and you're like, oh, it's a chip. God. And you put the chip in, punch in your code, and then the gold is deducted from your gold debit account. And you 50 rations, because he's a big old Yeti. He just pulls out a pallet. Actually, how much would that be? 50 pounds. Oh, it's like 50 pounds. It's not that much. It's not a pallet. He just kind of pulls out this big box and sets it down. He's like, well, there you go. Thank you so much for your business. Is there anything else I can do for you?
What else you got on sale?
We've got hash browns and coffee.
Ask for peanut butter. See if he has peanut butter.
No, I do not want any peanut butter. I can't remember the line.
Yep. I think I'll take some hash browns for the road.
Would you like them loaded?
I'll just take it in a to-go container. Snack on them while we're perusing the rest of the way station.
Oh, I mean loaded. Do you want them loaded?
Oh, no, I'm trying to watch my figure, thank you.
Oh, all right. Well, whatever you say. And then he's cooks you up a mean plate of hash browns and puts it in a little box. And I gotta roll something, actually. I know that sounds weird.
I should take this lull to mention that Pace was given a inspiration die.
What?
Yep, so long
awesome.
ago.
It was like 36 minutes ago, but I couldn't find a lull to bring it on, and stuff happened, and I got distracted.
Sorry, am I still talking? Oh, my bad.
I will use it wisely.
Thanks, guys. We're gonna put the good use over here.
Cool.
So, hi. So what happens next is Gwyn, give me a little bit of a perception check. And what's your passive? Actually, what's your passive? I forgot.
13.
13.
Not very much.
Okay. Okay. You notice out the corner of your eye. Oh my gosh. Burbies. A large amphibian-looking Deuterino, like a toadish sort of fella, wearing this kind of smart jacket and shirt with a tie. He's just got this. I said toadish. He's a big old toad, but he's like an upright bipedal toad. He has been kind of eyeing you as you've kind of walked in to the joint, and he kind of, with his ribbity flibbit feet, goes up over to you. Sorry, sometimes I don't know what I'm saying. And hold on, God, I had a voice for this. Give me a sec. Give me the room. Give me the room. Okay.
Aw.
Okay.
I was hoping you would do it sitting or standing.
Yeah, but then that's just my belly.
Are you perhaps a divergent knight?
I am. Can I help you?
This is just Yoda at this point. It was not Yoda earlier, but this is just Yoda. I got it, and I got to get out of that or I could lean into it. That's fine. I have to do my mouth like to really channel the toadiness.
Channel the toadiness.
It's not very often we see one of your kind come through here. What brings you to this station?
Just traveling through.
Traveling through, you say? That's what the other one said too.
The other one?
Listen, you didn't know? There was another one that traveled here just a few weeks ago.
And did you speak to her too?
Of course, I'd have to speak to anyone who's anybody in this little station. I'm sorry, I should introduce myself. My name is Quibble Burgerplump.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Gwendolyn.
Such a pleasure. Yes, just a few weeks ago, I saw one of your kind come through this way, and I'd introduced myself to her, and we talked for a brief time, but I try to know anyone who's anyone. I'm kind of a big deal in this station. I would be happy to invite you and your companions over to a dinner tonight if you're interested. I have a suite here. It's just a few blocks away, and I can prepare you dinner and not this hash brownie things. I get imported fruits and vegetables and other things that are quite difficult to find here.
Well, that sounds quite lovely. I'm sure that the rest of my companions, no doubt, would be glad to join you for dinner.
Oh, excellent.
Sorry, I enjoyed that too much. It's like,
But I'll make the arrangements.
and then he kind of like turns and as his little ribbity feet slap away.
All right. Vincent,
Yes.
we have dinner plans.
Smashing. I don't know why I'm now Nigel Thornberry.
Was there a surge when we weren't looking? What happened?
No, I got distracted by, I may have done the math wrong for the rations. We'll figure it out in post.
Yeah, we'll figure it out in post.
Oh, okay.
Cool. All right.
Thought we were gonna have like an eat each other or the animals on the ship moment or something horrible. And
No,
I
not
don't know.
that bad. Just we got too distracted by the voices.
Okay.
Happens to me all the time.
You can't act in math at the same time.
Okay.
Don't
so
act in math, kids.
yeah, it's a slippery slope. Okay, so we're it's gonna. What do you want to do, Gwen and Vince? What's up?
Well, I imagine we should go get the rest of the crew and let them know we've been invited to dinner.
Yes.
Because as much as as lovely as I'm sure these rations are, they're not imported fruits and veggies.
This will be interesting.
Question. Did you guys see a bunch of Galactic Concord wandering around? Because, I mean, I don't know. Like, ever since I thought I'd be safe, walking around on, in the last place we were at, but I worry with tons of law enforcement. I mean, Ocelot thinks I'm a rogue asset, and I don't know really how that works with local law enforcement or whose side they're on. Like, I would hope they would fight for me, but I don't know where they stand on all of that.
You will probably know better than most of us, having the most to do with Ocelot, but worst case, we can hide you in one of our packs or something on our way to dinner.
Oh, the
Ryan,
humanity.
Would I know anything about that? Seeing as how I was basically like a freedom fighter for these for against us.
You would know that. There's certainly like Ocelot tries to do a lot of like above board operations to get their wills met, and they probably have some sort of detain orders on Bolster or something, people like him for they probably have some trumped up charge like copyright infringement, because he is a genetically engineered thing, and so him not being where he needs to be, they're framing it like it's a theft, him leaving is theft of intellectual property, that sort of thing. So there are certainly ways that they've been able to use the justice system in their favor, but you being more familiar with Outer Rim enforcement, that you probably haven't seen it happen that many times.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, so what's next?
Well, bring the rations back to the ship, which we will figure out what the...
I guess if you got 50 rations, it's like 25 gold then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess now we're all just gussying up for this unexpected dinner party.
Cool.
Pace is not gussy. She also doesn't dinner party.
So what's a dinner party, really? Like, what's involved with all that?
Well, someone else is going to feed us rather than us eating rations in our war conference mess hall.
All right.
Said there will be imported fruits and veggies, so that'll be a change of pace.
And it also might be nice to have a friend in the area.
And it sounded like he knew one of Gwen's sisters-in-arms, so I'm sure there will be an entertaining story there.
Is there only gonna be fruits and veggies?
I imagine there will be other stuff as well.
Okay.
So who's going?
Oh, we don't all have to go?
Well,
No one can make you go.
No one's gonna make you go.
Well, I mean, Pace doesn't want to go. I want Pace to go, but Pace doesn't want to go.
Okay. Does anyone want to pressure Pace?
Everyone's like, oh, everyone
Pace
get
does
dressed
what
up,
she
and Pace
wants.
comes out looking exactly the same.
How would you have conveyed yourself at communal meals on the ship? Is it elbows on the table, chewing with your mouth open, or
Whatever's most efficient. Does it like? I'm
Actually-
eating.
based on our read of Mr. What was his name? Quiddle Burgle Plump. Is he a fancy pants fellow, or
Well, he's wearing some pretty terrible clothes, but they look like for the place where you're at, they look old fancy. He seems to feel that he's fancy, but if you are familiar with Inner Circle or Inner Rim, you know that it's not that fancy.
Yeah. So he's. I'm trying to not just jump straight to the Firefly references, but he's kind of like Badger.
I have no idea who or what that is.
I know
he was in episode 1. You saw that at some point. But,
then I did not pay attention to the name-os.
Yeah.
The supernatural demon guy. That
yeah,
one.
I forget the actor's name. But
I did not pay attention to that show at all then.
in Supernatural, he's the guy who plays Crowley. And he's in a bunch of other Joss Whedon stuff. But,
sorry.
Yeah, we're getting off topic. But
is it that kind of affair where there are like more than one fork?
I don't imagine so.
Well, I'm asking them.
Yeah, at the very least, you can probably safely get away with using one. We can tell them you came from a planet that didn't have forks.
I mean, that's true.
Okay, so moment of truth.
I'll go because I was just dead and I don't want to leave these people.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It's gonna be all right. All right. Hey, Cooper.
But you all get to live with the consequences.
Cooper, my boy, can you do that?
Of allowing pace at a 5th party.
Okay. All right. So 7 rolls around. You go to the sweet number, which is can I get one number from Pace?
3.
3. One for Gwen.
7.
Vince.
8.
3, 7, 8. All right, Travis or Bolster.
0.
3780, and this is a zip code, y'all. 3780, and Rachel, finish it out.
2.
37802 is the sweet number that you're headed to.
So are we smuggling Bolster across down the street?
We're going to Maryville, Tennessee, y'all.
Maryville, Tennessee.
I mean that fits.
It fits.
So, but are we smuggling Bolster like he's not just chilling?
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I think Bolster wants to be
in Pace's backpack.
Yeah,
it's
something like that
backpack.
would be great. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. All right. So you arrive, and
can I bring my dinosaur? Gwen, can I bring my dinosaur?
Well, luckily there's a dinosaur check at this event, so they'll give you a little ticket and you get your dinosaur afterwards. Just no, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Do you want to bring your animal?
I don't leave him behind. I was just dead.
Okay. All right.
I'll have to, unless someone advises me to leave him behind, then I'll leave him behind.
Would it be possible for Samathes to follow along as well, just kind of behind everyone?
Oh, sure. Why not?
Okay. We get there and the frog's like, you brought your pet and your droid.
Yeah. Okay.
We don't serve your kind here. The droid. No. Anyway.
Because the
right,
droids are taking up space and not buying any booze.
They're not drying any booze. Okay, so we head over to this dinner party I forgot the number already.
37802.
Thank you. 37802. And you go up several stories, 37 of them to be exact, and go all the way to one of the corner suites at room 802. And at the door opens, and immediately you all are kind of hit with this wave of really strong smell, like perfumes and scented oils, just kind of into the hallway, and it's kind of overpowering. And the one greeting you at the door is a little bit off-putting because they're kind of wearing this full bodysuit that covers every part of them, including their face and head, and they just open the door for you wordlessly and move back away, allowing you to enter.
Are you okay? I think he's okay.
All right.
All right.
Well, thank you, sir. Or thank you, and head on in.
You make your way in, and there's a kind of like a foyer where there's all these like flowers of different arrangements kind of spread out everywhere. There's a small water feature that is kind of I'm thinking of the Office episode where there's the koi pond. Do you know what I'm talking about? No one. But there's like basically there's just like there's like in this inset little like water feature kind of on either side of the foyer as you kind of walk across this bridge to enter into the house, and you find yourself as you are led by another completely covered figure who guides you into the dining room where there are nothing has been placed yet because they didn't know how many of you were going to be there, but pretty quickly a small version of the hooded figures goes out and starts beginning to set the plates for 6. Yeah, make sure that gave me a count right. And they kind of like pull back the seats for you all to sit down.
I guess when someone's not looking, I take Bolster out of my bag.
Oh yeah, Bolster's still in the bag.
Front stoop, I guess.
Okay, so if Bolster was still in the bag at that time, it's like 5 spaces then.
Well, I'm like probably when we're at the stoop, not like walking through the streets, so it's not weird that we're like there and like, oh, there are 5. You come back. Why are there 6 now?
Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so
cool with that, Bolster? You cool with that?
I'm cool with that. That's all right.
I'm cool with coming out of the bag.
All right. And then, before long, you are beckoned to sit down at the dinner party. And before long, little Cribble Burger Plump, he joins you. And he's wearing different clothes this time than last time. He's wearing a very odd-looking, almost like evening wear. It's a little. I think it's like this kind of robes that. As you kind of look at it, there's like this pattern of like all these like eyes on it, just kind of spread out everywhere. But they're like not really uniform. It looks very hodgepodge in that way. And he sits down at the head of the table. He's like, oh, "Please have a seat."
Thank you, sir.
And then he claps his hands, and food comes up the table, and there is a different assortment of lots of different foods. It's not very fancy. If you've been to a fancy dinner party before, it's not super fancy. There's only a couple courses. Yes, pace.
Is there
see
meat?
that hand? I see that hand. Yes.
Is there? Okay, good.
There is. They kill an animal right before you. Just so you know. Like, as they see your face from the salad, they're like, oh, a bunny, and put it on your plate. Just kidding. No, they make everyone like this, whatever the sci-fi chicken is. Whatever the ubiquitous thing that everyone eats is. Like, what is it, a porg? Yeah, they eat porgs. And they put them on the plates. Anywho, and as everyone is kind of tucking in, Quibble starts to talk. He's like,
I hope no one gave you too much trouble for, at the customs for being a divergent knight. No?
No, it was a fairly simple process.
Oh, that is good to hear. Many people find your kind off-putting, sort of bad juju, that sort of thing. But it's good to know that they didn't seem to mind your entrance into this place.
Yes.
So you said you were just passing through. What brings you out to the old Uvol sector? If you don't mind my asking.
Well, we have a traveling zoo of sorts. Just traveling. Bringing entertainment to others.
What is a divergent knight doing traveling with a zoo?
That is quite a long story.
I would like to hear it.
Suffice it to say for now that lots of different people need protection.
I imagine that they do. It's a very dangerous galaxy.
Indeed. So, you spoke of meeting one of my sisters.
I did. It was Eleanor of the Rueful Heart.
And as you hear that name, you recognize the name. You know who this is. And with a little bit of heartache, you know that this is the third Eleanor. What do you say?
He's like, she came by just a few weeks ago. Like you, just passing through.
Did you say to where?
No, and I asked her and I asked her. But she never told me. I was hoping that you would be more amenable.
Lots of people say that about us.
Why? Why do you want her to be more amenable?
Because the other way is just so much more tedious.
Hey, what other way?
I'll give you one more chance. You will tell me what you're doing. Exactly. Or we'll do it the other way.
What? I'm looking up a thing.
I'm gonna slowly start standing up.
I'm using subtle spell to cast mage armor on myself.
Can
so
I
that
prepare an action? Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, just this way, mage armor just pops into being around me without anyone noticing.
Okay. See, subtle spell is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love subtle spell.
Cool. Yeah, sorry. Did you roll magic surge? Yep, you did fine. You're fine. Okay, so
that would be embarrassing.
Vincent has done something. You said you wanted to hold an action, Bolster?
Yeah. I mean, if this guy like does anything that's like aggressive or dangerous seeming, I would like Samathes to shoot him in the face.
Okay. All right.
So
Done.
I would just like to stand up and look at him. What's the other way? My full 6'6", horned, sharp-toothed self with a
Okay.
bionic black metal arm.
And he responds,
I'll show you.
and roll initiative, everybody. All right, let's get some music going.
Yippee!
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Then
Ooh.
actually,
we
it needs to be more than that.
Yeah, do we have tokens for initiative?
Oh yeah,
wanna
let me get you this page. Oh, actually, all right.
Is my inspiration for my initiative?
Close. My computer's being slow. Oh my god. Okay.
Gee, help me out, man. I don't want to use your
Give me a second.
inspiration for like initiative, but I kind of do.
So I'm gonna have to redo the music in a second. I'm gonna move you all over here. Do the music again. And then go here. And then I will open up the initiative tracker. And then
Oh.
That's not
and as he
bad.
says, like, I'll show you. All the figures in the room that are clothed kind of like pull their clothing apart, and
Gross.
Keep
it PG, man.
I will not.
It's PG-13 up in here.
Yeah. So they put them back, and all the perfumes and scented oils in the room make sense as it disguises the smell of real gross things. All right, so
Okay. So point
now
of
I'm glad
order,
I
how
went.
were we all seated at the table? I imagine.
yeah, let's. what's your seating placement order? Everyone?
I imagine he was at the head, probably then Vincent and Gwen on either side because we were the ones he actually met.
Makes sense. I'm next to Pace, wherever she is, and I assume Samathes is kind of in a corner of the room, hovering somewhere.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, my computer is acting so slow right now that I'm clicking the token and it's not highlighting.
Well,
and
that
it's
is
not
creepy.
highlighting. And it's not highlighting. What's happened? Let me close this. I close everything that I possibly can. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, close all tabs. I might have to roll it manually because this is real bad. Anyway, let me see if I can just roll it without selecting a. No. What the hell? Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to. Because no, it's not my computer's running slow. It's because I'm dumb and I haven't.
Positive thinking 2018.
I put the tokens on the map or on the token layer, and I was still in the GM layer. And I'm dumb.
I have a question.
Yes.
So when someone buys an inspiration and you can re-roll, is it like you just re-roll it? Like you?
It's advantage.
So what if I already have advantage on initiative? Do I roll it again with advantage?
I wouldn't use it yet. I wouldn't use it yet then. If I were you.
Okay, I totally didn't.
So I'm gonna put all the zombies, which is what they look like, because they smell like undeath, on the same initiative. But Quibbit, fasten the draw, coming at you with his toadiness. So
with his toadiness.
What he's gonna do immediately, like he kind of throws out an arm, and he like begins to casting the spell, and brings down just a shitstorm of fire on you on the table in the center. I need everyone to roll a dexterity saving throw who's near the table.
Yeah.
That's a 20. Nope, that's what that. Yeah, 26 for pace.
20 for me.
That was Constitution.
All right,
for me.
those are insane rolls. Everyone is killing it.
Do I want to use Tides of Chaos on that?
Do it!
And blow it so early in the fight? Yeah,
Will you
this
blow
is
it?
probably going to be worth it.
What if you wild search in the fight and get like lightning?
Yeah,
And kinda
so
electric
Tides of
damage.
Chaos, re-rolling that dex save. Come on, that's better. That's 15 instead of 10.
God, that was good because you just met. So everybody, but it looks like Samathes passes this. I'm assuming Samathes is the 7 dex roll, right?
Actually, I
Or is that
accidentally
bolster?
rolled Constitution first, and so I rolled
okay.
Dexterity.
Okay,
They're
so you-
actually the same addition, but I just wanted to do it right. So
Oh,
Okay.
I need to roll for captain.
Well,
I didn't.
I'll give
I
you.
didn't
I'll
roll
give you
for
the.
Samathes, actually.
I'll give you the first roll for yourself, and we'll give you the second roll for Samathes.
Okay, that'll work.
So captain rolled a 12.
Okay, so Captain and Samathes, you're going to take the full brunt of this. And you're Rosh, you're going to have to do some fancy math with this. But so 14 fire damage
Okay.
plus 14 radiant damage. So 28 total damage, halved if you save.
Captain is unconscious.
So, hold on.
So
it was-
Rosh, you take half of fire damage,
Half
which
of-
is 7.
7.
And then you half of that. We'll
So
say half of
3?
that.
Or
We'll do 3. Yeah, I round down for
Round down.
players.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so
So you 10 total for you, Rush. Unless
Okay.
you also have a radiant thing. I don't know.
I don't.
no,
I wish.
but
I don't.
I have radiant, so
Oh,
that'll
do you?
be 10
Okay,
for
so
me as
you're
well.
10 for you as well. Yeah.
Switch. Okay, I'm just gonna take 10.
Resistance buddies.
Nice.
Woo!
All right.
He's an evil
And-
cleric. G.
And
All right.
Samathes is down.
Our pet, Bolster.
As this fire just rains down from the ceiling and explodes the table, and like all the chairs fly back against the wall. A couple of them of this window that was out, like overlooking kind of the cityscape, they fly out the window, burst through, and sending a shower of glass out into the night. And which will bring us to actually he can move. So Plump is going to leap back so far as he can, which is not that far.
Opportunity attacks?
No one's that close to him. I think everyone's a little bit outside of 5 feet. Did we come up with the seating arrangement yet?
Yeah, he was at the head of the table, then Gwen and I were flanking him, and then
Okay.
it got kind of blurry after that.
Okay, I guess that's all that matters. I'll because Gwen made her save, I'll give her a chance to do an opportunity attack as he leaps back.
A stab.
Just a question: did Samathes ever get that shot off, or was that just?
Oh,
That
I would
action.
say, yeah, we'll say, yeah, get that. I think he gets a shot off before he explodes.
All right.
Yeah, so you go ahead and roll that too.
Come on, character sheet, go faster.
I rolled a 22 to hit.
Raven Knight just redeemed minor healing in chat.
Thank you, Raven Knight. What a gem. For whom?
Asking that
It
now?
should say on the store.
Oh, you have
It's
that
for
info on the
Vincent.
store?
For
Ooh,
Vincent.
okay.
Okay, nice.
So
Also, can I ask this right now? Like, I know everyone's got work tomorrow. Can we have 15 minutes ish?
Sure.
Is that okay?
I'll go with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right.
this will be the fastest combat ever.
I know, right? Let's get this moving. So take the shot. Did you take the shot?
I
Both
took
of
the
you.
shot. 5 damage. Or,
Why am I
21
not
to
seeing?
hit.
Oh, for some reason I'm not seeing this. Okay, now I see it. Okay, so 22 to hit does hit. 21 to hit does hit. That's 5 damage from Bolster. And
9 from me.
9 from you. And both of those do full damage. Nice. So let me do, gosh, I gotta do this math in person. Move this down here so I can actually affect it. So 9 and 5. Oh god, I messed it up. All right, let me do it again. All right, and then 5. I put a semicolon in there. Okay. All right. Burgleplump is gone. It's Bolster's turn now.
All right, Bolster is upset. He's going to use Cure Wounds on Samathes to bring him back. So cast that. He regains 6 HP.
Okay.
And then, see, that was my action. As a bonus action, I will cast Regret Resonator on Rosh. Or is that possible?
Of course.
Okay, just making
If
sure.
it's a bonus action, then yeah. Totally.
Cool.
Well, actually, no, it's not, because that's
2
2
spells.
spells.
That's right. Okay, so that's my main thing is just Cure Wounds on Samathes.
Okay.
He gets 6 HP.
Okay.
And now Samathes' turn, I guess. He could stand up
Yeah.
and fire a shot.
Yeah, you can pop off another shot.
Cool. So Samathes comes back up off the floor. I'm going to say Bolster hops on top of him, if that's possible. I don't know how close people are to me. But
Sorry, say it again.
I'm going to say Bolster hops on top of Samathes.
Yeah, sure.
And yeah, and then Samathes goes ahead and fires off a shot at the main dude.
Okay.
So shot is firing, 14 to hit.
You see it go, and it goes towards his big toady face, and then just it hits the air in front of him and warps and glances off and smacks into the wall behind him.
I love that. That's my favorite.
That's my favorite.
Okay. All right, so that's going to bring us to Gwendolyn.
Okay, I would like to use my bonus action to do my Crimson Rite.
Okay.
And imbue my sword with cold damage. And so I gotta roll my dice. Oh gosh. Okay, so I rolled a 4, so that means my I can't read. My max HP goes down by 4, is what that is, because blood magic. And then I would like to run towards the Toad Man and stab him.
Okay.
Again.
Do it. So you chase after him as he leaps back kind of behind some furniture, but you scramble after him and go ahead and make your attack.
That's a 16.
You slam into the towards him, and you feel a little bit of a resistance, kind of pushing back into you. But you push through it, and it stabs into it, and he kind of grumps as you pierce him for how much damage?
11 piercing, and I forgot to do the one that has cold, so I'll roll that. 2 and 1 cold damage.
Okay.
It is magical, if that makes a difference.
It may or may not. All right, and he kills him. I don't like that at all.
Good.
All right, cool. So this is going to bring us to the zombos.
So we have the same initiative, me and the zombos.
You are more dexterous, so I'm going to put you before them.
Okay, also I rolled initiative for Captain if you want to delete that, because I forgot we were doing it together on our turn.
Yeah, got
Thank you. Okay, great. I'm ticked. I'm also going to cure wounds on my bird.
Okay.
Wait, is that an action or a bonus action? An action.
Cure wounds is an action, yeah.
Well, heck that. I'll fix you in a second. I'm going to pull out my pistol and shoot the toad.
Yes.
I don't know what it does. The
what
pistol
pistol?
that Bolster gave me.
Okay. All right.
Oh my gosh. Please don't blow up the space station. Please
Okay,
don't blow up
I've
the
had
space
this
station.
handout
Please.
for so long and no one's used it. So let me find out where I put it. For God's sake.
That's mine.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Come here, Cooper, come on. Help me do
Yeah,
it.
I actually neglected to
do it.
tell her that it was yours.
Thank you, buddy.
I'm so sorry.
It was handed to me from my friend who makes things.
All right, roll me 3d20s plus 9
3d20s plus 9.
to each of them.
Oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, my little Cooper.
Oh, well. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, shoot, I clicked it. I'm sorry. Ignore that. I want 3 of them. I don't know if this is going to work how I want it to. Nothing. I guess it didn't.
Well, I bet I can so you roll 15, a 9, and an 18.
Yeah.
Plus 9. I think it was plus 9.
So the lowest
Or
roll.
even if it was plus, it's either plus 7 or plus 9. But either way, those all hit. So roll me 3d6.
Plus my dex.
Nope.
Plus 2 because it's a humanoid.
Nope. Well, actually, yeah. Actually, what does it say? Does it say you have to make is there a certain kind of stipulation what kind of attack you have to make?
No, my favorite enemy is humanoid, so it's plus 2 weapon damage.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this is a weapon. So that
I hope
counts.
so. Okay, 3d6 plus 2. 14 total.
Well, dadgum. All right, so as you pull the trigger, 3 beams of electrical energy launch out from the 3 different barrels, and at the heads of them, you see small little like viper or maybe even like dragon heads, like small like whip out and like land in and bite it into Quibbit Burgleplump, and he kind of screams out in pain. He rolls a Constitution saving throw, and nothing else happens because it was good enough. But yeah, he almost seems like he was like too caught off guard by it, but he managed to like keep his cool in the moment, and he stays.
Bolster, what the heck? And then I'm gonna belatedly hunter's mark the toad. Whoops.
Will a ranger ever remember to hunter's mark a thing first?
I was worried about my bird.
Yeah.
I was worried.
It makes sense.
Hey, buddy.
I don't think any of us are good enough at Hanzo to say his ult line.
Yuko Waga Teki Wokoro.
Something like that.
Yep, that sounds close enough for me. Okay, so that's going to bring us to the Zombos, and they're going to take some swings. One of them is going to go towards... actually, two of them are going to go for Gwen, who is putting the most pressure on their master. We've got a natural 20, and we have a crit fail. So the natural 20 is going to deal 7 points of bludgeoning damage to you, minus whatever. Or, you know, what, I think you have some resistances and stuff like that.
Only when I'm in hybrid form.
Oh, you're not in hybrid form yet. Okay, yeah. So you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And the other one kind of comes towards you, but like trips over the destroyed furniture and like takes too long to shamble back to its feet to get back to you. Okay, and the other one is going to go to, who's the other threat? I'm going to say, yeah, it's going to go for Pace. So Pace, 22, does that hit? So 5 points of bludgeoning as it kind of careens into you, slamming against you.
Is this just a zombie just mosh pitting me?
Yeah, you're getting attacked by a half-orc with bulging black eyes.
Ew.
And a zombie is a human with a broken jaw that's kind of broken off, and it's just like the top part. And a lipless gnome is attacking Gwen, and that one is the one that fell over, I think, in trip and stuff. So okay, cool. That brings us to Vincent.
Okay, seeing that there are a bunch of zombos, I am going to go Super Saiyan and pop off that radiant consumption.
Nice.
So for those of you who don't know, Vincent is a Scourge Azamar, so I can just let out radiant energy. Every creature, including myself, within 10 feet of me takes radiant damage equal to half my level, which is 2. And then I can do bonus damage once a turn if I hit things, but this is my action this turn. And I want to position myself to get as many of them and as few as my friends as possible.
So the best group of that is the one in the front with where Gwen is, with Quibbit, the broken jawed human, and the lipless gnome, and her.
Yep. So they take the damage. So.
All right. So 2 radiant damage for all of them, and including Gwen and yourself.
Yep. But because I'm resistant, I take 1.
And all right, cool. What else do you want to do? Oh, actually, can you also roll me a D100, baby?
Yep, and Raven did redeem a character inspiration for Vincent. I don't know if this is going to be usable here, but we shall see. It's an 83.
Oh, okay. So each creature within 30 feet of you takes 1d10 necrotic damage, and you regain hit points equal to the sum of the necrotic damage dealt.
What?
So within 30 feet of you is just about fucking everybody.
So Vincent's about to kill everyone, which is something
it's only 1d10. We'll be fine.
Yep.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I've done this one, and it was even worse.
And that's a 10.
Thanks.
So everybody take 10 points of necrotic damage.
And I am just back up to full health.
I imagine so.
Wow.
Yep. But I imagine most of them are looking pretty rough.
Yep, sure are. Oh wow, this is going fast. Okay.
Sam's down again.
Blah, blah.
I need to roll a death save for Captain, don't I? I didn't do that on my turn.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say that this probably only targets like conscious creatures, maybe. Like,
Captain has no vitality for me to leech.
Well, I mean, just death save because it was his turn and he was.
Oh,
unconscious.
did he? Was he unconscious? Okay, yeah. Roll 1 for him before.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
So it's just It's just a d20, right?
Just a
I'll
d20.
I'll just click this because it's plus 0. That's a success.
Success, which brings us to Rosh.
Okay. Man, going back and forth between a couple things here, but I'm gonna stick with the old standard. I'm gonna Radiance of the Dawn again and try to see if I can take out as many of the zombos as possible.
Okay. All right. Pull the trigger.
All right. And so that's
I got to roll.
Yeah, that's a
con
constitution
saves.
saving throw for everyone within 30 feet.
Okay, so Zombo 1, fail, 2, fail, 3, fail. God, frick. All right. And let's see how Quibble does. Fail. I say all fail.
All right, that's a 1 and a 10 on the damage. That's 15 points of radiant damage.
15 points. Oh my god. Which, honestly, actually, let me see how the other one does. All the zombies are dead. You just blow all the zombies off the map. Because it's radiant damage, they don't get access to their undead fortitude. So they just stay down.
Excellent.
So this radiant energy just kind of like ripples through the room and hits into them, and before they can even utter out any sort of like a scream or anything, just like, and they like splat in this like against the walls behind them. And Burgle Plump seems actually kind of worried now.
Okay. And how do Pace and Gwen look, respectively? Are you both that off? Oh god, who's more
You can see
Probably Pace.
the health things.
I'm
the
less
game.
than half.
Can you not?
We can't. No.
No.
Why can't you see that? Oh, do I have to
No.
give you all access to everyone's sheets?
I think so.
Or you have to make.
I think
them
it's just
all
the
visible.
tokens, I think.
Okay, so from what I see, Bolster looks the worst. Other than the ones that are down, Samathes and Captain.
Yeah.
Other than the dead ones.
I was trying to focus on the two that are currently fighting Toadman.
Yeah, the ones that are currently fighting Toadman, Gwen looks great. She looks fine.
I mean, Gwen's right next to him, though. I'm farther away from him.
Yeah, I think Gwen and I are closest at this point.
God, as much as I want to heal the pets.
Prioritize Gwen.
All right, I'm gonna bonus action healing word, Gwen.
Okay. Oh man, that's funny. I thought you. Is this not actually? Let me change your character sheet or your thing, because I thought you had a lot more health than you did. It wasn't actually linked to your sheet, so it wasn't updated. Okay. All right. Cool.
That's 6 hit points for you, Gwen.
Thank you.
All right.
Over
Rosh,
half.
Is there anything else you want to do?
Nope, that's all I got.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Okay. So, Quibbit, now super worried. He's like, oh god. So what he's gonna do is he scoots back from Gwen. And he's like, lifts up a finger, points it right at you.
Not the finger gun.
And can you roll me a Constitution saving throw, please?
18.
Okay, cool. So you take half of this damage. So you will take 42 points of necrotic damage.
Is that the half?
That's
the half.
Why do you keep throwing such high-level things at us?
I'm out.
Because you guys keep surviving.
Not anymore.
Excuse
we
me?
don't.
He was trying to end
Excuse
this campaign like 6 weeks ago.
We keep surviving what?
I'm unconscious.
Shit.
And then he, as you go down, he's like,
I will not sit by and be hunted by some half-wit mutant dog.
and lays you low.
When I get back up.
Okay, so, and that's all he can do for right now. Yeah. So, which brings us to Bolster.
Yeah, I think so. When Samathes was hit, they both fell out of the air, and so Bolster is kind of just like splayed out beside Samathes. How far from Gwen is Bolster right now?
Within 30 feet.
Would he be able to get to Gwen without being hit by another dude? Okay, he's going to kind of scrabble his way to Gwen, and he's going to touch her leg and cast Cure Wounds on her.
Okay. All right. 8 points. She's restored for 8 hit points.
Thank
Bonus
you.
actions. Let's try to be quick. Bonus actions.
That's it.
All right. Moving on to Gwendolyn. You are now conscious. 8 hit points.
I get up. I do my Crimson Rite again, and I stab the frogman.
Okay. All right. And I think I kind of want to. Friend in your head is kind of whispers to you, or it feels towards you, and you feel like you have a new ability with him. And let me see the ones I've already given you. You've got that. You've got that. Okay. So what he's going to do is impart this falling thing on you, which isn't immediately. Oh God. All right, anyway. Let me just say, it's ability called Schlorp. And I'm gonna put it in your sheet.
Was that Schwarp or Schlorp?
Oh, you know it was Schlorp.
Oh.
Okay, it's in his sheet now.
Okay.
Okay, so what was your attack roll? Or figuring this out?
Can I use my inspiration?
You sure can. And that was brought to you by Jeff?
G-Master! Yeah!
Thanks, Jeff, or G-Master.
Oh, that's way better! The first one was an
no.
11, that was a 21!
And that does hit. So roll that damage.
That is
Tell me.
11 piercing and 4 max cold damage.
Nice. Fear in his eyes as you come back up. And did you see your new ability?
I'll read it now.
Okay. So you have a new bonus action.
Okay.
If you want to use it.
Well, my right was my bonus action this turn.
Oh, you're right. It's your bonus action. Okay, perfect. So we're going to go to pace. 14.
Okay, I'm gonna jump so I'm in his space.
Okay.
That's the sound I make. And then I'm gonna grab him by the throat and slam him in the wall and say, "How about a half-wit dog and her pet demon?"
Okay, love it.
And I'm just gonna try and, I don't know, grapple him.
Okay, now roll me in athletics.
Mm-hmm.
And also, let's see if it's successful first.
I'm gonna use my inspiration on that guy.
Do it, and that was brought to you by.
That was G-Master.
Love it.
G-Master. That's an
really,
18.
So
instead
let me
of a 12.
Jump. He doesn't have any good ways to get away from this, and he fails. So go ahead, roll me a D4 plus your strength for improvised weapon of slamming his face on the wall.
It's not gonna be very much.
That's fine, but it's something.
That's 3.
And he is now grappled by you. So
Oh,
he can no longer jump away.
Hunter's Mark! Hunter's Mark damage! Hold on. Does that matter if I slam his? Maybe?
No, let's do it for now. If it's
It's whenever
crazy,
you do damage.
yeah.
Click, click, click.
All right, let me know the.
I don't know
amount.
what I'm supposed to roll. I thought I clicked it. I guess not. Is
Just
it
roll me
1d6?
It's a 1d6, yeah.
I'm sorry. Another 2.
Okay, cool.
Bonus
Brings
action.
us-
Oh, I can't. Never
Oh, do you have
mind.
a bonus?
Nope.
Okay, Vincent.
Let's see. Can I position Shatter so that it only gets Toad Dude?
Yeah, you will bring down a large chunk of the wall, ceiling, and stuff like that. Because you have to. He's kind of backed against the wall. You're gonna have to take out a good chunk of the apartment to do that.
Yeah, I think that roughly sums up how much Vincent is just done with this guy. So, gonna cast Shatter. He needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, excellent.
I don't know if I can use the character inspiration I got to put him at disadvantage. I don't think that's a use we have allowed.
Whatever. Let's do it. Constitution saving throw, disadvantage.
Yep.
He fails.
Okay,
Rolls
he's
a
going to
9.
take 3d8 thunder damage plus 4 radiant damage from my radiant consumption.
Okay, damn. Okay, what's it? Just give me the totals.
So that's 15 damage total.
Okay. That's wrong. As he's kind of like choking on blood, like toad blood. Also, friend in your mind, it gets really scared just now, Gwen, but doesn't get hit with it. So he like the both of you are fine.
Yep. And he takes everyone close to us. So I guess that's me, Gwen, Pace, and him take 2 radiant damage from my Super Saiyan.
Oh, does the toad take it too?
Yep. That lasts
So
for
close.
a minute.
Okay, yeah. All right, everyone takes it?
Yep.
And that brings us to Rosh. I think you got this. You just got to roll.
I'm going to cast a Scorching Ray on him.
All right. It's a hit. That should do it.
If I hit with one of these, that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's a 20,
So
a
you got
22, and a 14.
The first two hit.
Okay. 7 fire damage and 8 fire damage.
Okay. All right. You want to describe what it looks like as you cook this toad?
I think in the same way that he did to Gwen, I just point out my finger in his direction and send out the 3 bolts of fire damage straight. I'd assume probably the only exposed part since he's pinned to the wall, and just straight at the head. Just generating your
just kind of
blasting, melting the head. Yeah.
Toad guts.
Yeah.
Love it.
And hey, you know what? Well done, GG, because you just defeated the Toadling Warlock. And well done, everybody. We're gonna wrap it up quickly because we're 20 minutes over, and I'm being a bad DM. But I really wanted to finish it, and I was being very selfish. So, but anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for contributing and getting some advantage rolls for our players, because those were game changing in a lot of ways. So good on you. It's a new system, so feedback is always appreciated as we kind of tweak things and think of new ideas to use. So, but yeah, follow us on Twitter. Get into that dice rolling contest. We're going to be here tomorrow doing a session 0, so we'll see you again soon. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.